contributions towards indigenous design, development, deployment of diversified missiles and strategic systems, guided weapons, avionics technologies, and for sustained efforts in advancement of aerospace technologies and industries in India. He graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU, Anantapur, and received his MS and PhD from JNTU, Hyderabad. He joined Defense Research and Development Laboratory, Hyderabad in year 1986 and subsequently joined Research Center Imarat, the brainchild of Dr. Kalam, after its formation. He
break the line. वहाँ से शुरू हो जाओ. आगे आगे जगह है वहाँ से शुरू हो जाओ. और मेरे दो 5 मिनट आपके भी मेरा 2 मिनट दे रहा हूँ. 5 मिनट और आगे हो जाएगा. Face backward. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Yes. If there's water in the glass, take on water. Yes. Take some water. When the speaker starts, I have to take care of my health.
Thank you, sir.
I saw your table party. First of all, how much?
I'm here, sir. Behind you, sir.
समझ लीजिए कि
दो लाइन चार लाइन
Someone God! Let us move! From it! Brother. Someone God! Follow! कमांडर परेड को सेटल करने की अनुमति चाहता हूँ। जल्दी क्या करना है? अंदर बच्चों का करना है, जल्दी अंदर।
Four-year honors of the India. All these girls sounds really, most of them actually are and I got to talk to them. Now together we require yes, we are not
They have more ground duties. They have gone because BHL program, BHL program does not allow them because they did not have maths in 10th or school level. They does not. They don't become eligible for prime. SSB sir, 369 as on today. We've been able to send get our students in the case 369 in SSB. That's it. One Army Navy and a few for the coast guard. But otherwise, all services taken.
Water bottles are
Monday,
I know him. How are you? Great. Same here.
पहले गाना गायत्री में जोर जोर बोला करो
(5:30). So everybody is requested to kindly be seated, and there should be no movement in the hall when Honorable Founder President and our guest are in the hall. So I request all of you to kindly be seated till then.
गायत्री में जोड़ कर जाना, ठीक है? जोड़ गायत्री में उसके अलावा कोई गायत्री में ऐसे बोलो पड़ेगा गुरु वाले खाना खाया नहीं सकता ना खुल के बोलना जरा है बिल्कुल माइक नहीं आवाज अच्छा कुछ नहीं है अच्छा सेंट तो तगड़ा लगा रखा पर जोर से बोलना है फायदा भाई When he says Swaha,
Now you're not saying. मेरा करे आधार तेरा सब दे बदल दे ऐ वतन तेरे लिए ऐ वतन तेरे लिए ऐ वतन तेरे लिए धरती सुनहरी धरती सुनहरी हर मौसम रंगीला
Very good. Well done. Which department you are?
B.Tech Biotechnology.
Biotechnology. Which year? Which year? Third. क्या नाम है आपका? Law. How about you? How about you?
Psychology. Very thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
इसी का जुगाड़ में कह रहा था कि इससे और
थोड़ा लेट हो रहा है.
अरे तुम पहले
So we have from the yeah, sir, मेरे हाथ में एक sir, we have these things that are going to success. We have built quite a number of roads as well as the helicopters. Our craft this is a basic one basically the market. This is the market. We have helicopter so that it it can have 12 meters of exercise points in on the we have radar detectors, also radar those are meters, and it is put on so if you want to track the detection of it, find the meter way of tracking and somebody might want to for the thing for
Honorable Founder President has entered the hall and request everybody to kindly rise. Let's give a huge round of applause to our Honorable Founder President. guest would arrive shortly. All are requested to kindly be seated.
Great scientist, very, very busy, but he has come here. As you know, he is the scientific advisor to the Raksha Mantri. Very important post. Rajnath ji ke scientific advisor hai. And we are very proud that he has brought that time. And he has brought 4 or 5 top scientists from DRDO with him. So we were with them till now. They are seeing the exhibition now with great interest. So sometime I was thinking, why these people come to us? Why these people come to us? Do they come because of me? Because of Silvamurthy? Because of Vice Chancellor? Because of the name of MBT? No. Then why do they come to us? They come because of my students. So we clap to my students. They come because of my students. MBT has a building, MBT has a lot of faculties, MBT has a lot of equipment, but nothing. MBT has students. As you know, in this campus, about 40,000 students are going on. Can you imagine? I don't think any other campus in the country will be having so many students. And for this event, we have handpicked the students and handpicked the faculty and HOIs. I worked very hard to send the invite. Our ML co-chair, who is temporarily in Bombay, he was working day and night because, you know, when the students come, they should be relevant to them. And when I see the great stalwarts of different institutions, I think there will be a lot of learning for you all to listen him, to see him. He's extraordinarily scientific, talented person and a great leader. For so many years, he was in DRDO, and I have a very family-like bond with him. And I was listening to him there, and he enjoyed the projects, the programs, and will be entering slowly. Where is Amol is there? There are 3 young persons who are. Amol, are the other 2 here?
Yeah, just
Ajit also? Right. So I'll introduce you who are these 3 young chaps. Many of you will be knowing. If anybody knows them, one or the other, please raise your hands, but I don't think anybody would know them much. Anybody knows? Anybody? One young person is still here. It means it is time that you come often here. Let others come and I'll just hurriedly tell who are they and why they are here. Who are they? Why they are here? Because MBT needs for generations, for decades, centuries to nurture that the name of MBT, the name of yours continues. For that, my duty is that all those who are the MBT, maybe students, researchers, fellows, HOIs, HODs, their name is remembered for centuries. Because what you are doing, I don't think any other university is doing like that. Many people leave us. M.K. Datta left us. He went to the government university as a very senior position. He came back. Hitesh Prakash left us. He came back. So what I mean to say, we say once MBTN, always MBTN. So I'm proud that you all are here. And when you will hear Satheesh Reddy ji, coming with him, he'll be pleased to see you. Because why I called hand-picked students? Because until the student or the faculty member is not interested in the theme, therefore I have not called anybody out of SNT. All SNT institutions are there, and when you have met them there, therefore you are all relevant to his visit, relevant to listen him, and follow the path how to bring further excellence in the area of science, technology, innovation. I also sometimes speak to you separately. I have told that my people should file establish 25 was told 50 firms, own companies. This is such a golden opportunity to establish own company where you are the owner. And government funding is great. You must have heard Shivani from Aerospace Engineering and Space Science. We helped her to establish a company. And first the funding was 1 crore. Now for the same project, same scheme, they made it 10 crores. And Dr. Mantri was telling they have increased that 10 crores to 100 crores. So I would say that you are working hard, teaching, research, but why don't you, in addition to what you are getting here, salary or emoluments, why don't you become rich through your own company? And I will support everybody. Now, Datta came to me. I told him, let us find the name of your company. So within a night, we made the name. Now he'll establish it. So anybody want to have faculty, student, researcher, establish own company, that will be, you will be the owner. Please do it, because the life is so important. Teaching, you are doing good. Research, you are doing good. But why don't you have also the chances also for your next generations, for your family, wife, children? So come to the S&T war room in the L block of Extension Center. There the people are sitting. Professor Chakravarti, Neeraj Sharma, A.K. Singh, and my 2025 warriors. They know all this. They know all this. So please take the opportunity, and I'll be very happy because I have been whole life industrialist, entrepreneur. So when I came here, everybody told Dr. Chauhan, we have been at your establishment in West Germany. You can become the most rich entrepreneur in India, multi-billionaire. You can be the number one in India. I told, I don't want. They thought, am I a sensible person? I don't want. I told, I want to make millions billionaire. That is my job I am doing. If I would have become a billionaire, among the best entrepreneurs, industrialists, what then? But if my large number of students spreading all over the world, they become millionaire, billionaire, that will be the mission of my life. And they can, because what you people are giving them, in addition to education and research, values and sanskars. And when I say something, it has some relevance. I have not read the book. I have not heard the TED speakers. I have done myself. And when somebody has done himself, then he has the faith, confidence that he can give the traits, the systems to the students to follow him. Because I have the experience. I come from a very, very senior family, but we were very handicapped with the money. We were so short of money. I remember my mother used to ask at the end of the month to children, what should I cook today? What vegetable? We knew that she has no money to buy the vegetable. We used to say, Ma, just have some chapati, and today we don't have much hunger, and some onion and potato. So I have seen how one can raise from nothing to the highest level. 6,000 Germans reporting to me. Can you think Indian gets fainted? He told how the Germans, the Europeans were saluting to an Indian. My problem is the Indians doesn't have faith in them. They don't have confidence that we are the best in the world. And when I am telling it, I'm not telling that somebody told me. I've done. Can you imagine that an Indian goes there on a scholarship, does engineering, there is PhD, and then becomes one of the biggest in Europe? So if I say to you, I don't think anybody else can give you this guidance with that confidence in the whole country. They may say, after reading it, listening it, but if somebody has done it, and all you are with MIT, you are studied in MIT, maybe my admission would have not been in MIT because I never went to the best schools, best institutions in the country. So if I have risen from that stage, I think you people can be easy now. Have a mission what you want to do in life. And if you don't achieve it, that is not your fault. That is my failure. That is my failure. But think on it. Take a chance. Make efforts. So I was telling about Amol. Ajit has come out. Amol studied 14 years at MET International School, Satheesh. 14 years. Then in 2009, he says me, Papa, I want to go to America to study my computer science engineering. And I told, Beta, why not? You apply. Oh, in 2009, he applied and he was selected in 9 universities. All Ivy League, Stanford, MIT, Wharton, Yale. I will not remember. Why? A product of MIT. Can you imagine that a boy is selected and that year, Manoj Pandey, that year, only one student was selected from all over the country out of tens of thousands. Why? Because we know to give excellence in studies and research, but we also give the value in the sanskars. Why I became so? Do you think that I was the best in my engineering or best in my research? In addition to that, everybody saw, oh, this is the person different than others. So why I'm telling it to you, you motivate your students, they can achieve anything and everything in life. And I repeat, if they do not achieve, it's my failure, not your failure. They just want to achieve. Amol, would you say a few words, sir? He's my younger son, just married last December to the girl of a defense veteran. And I have got in my family the girls from 3 defense veterans. People speak of, there were girls from billionaire people, from politicians. They were making my life hell. No, why you don't want to say yes? I told no. First thing, the problem was they told we'll spend 10 crores, we'll spend 20 crores. I told already rejected. I want to do the marriage in 150 rupees, 500 rupees. They will say, no, that is not our culture, then you go to the culture. So his father-in-law is a retired brigadier. Amol, just tell 2 words, how one can achieve success what you've achieved. I think they have coming. Okay, then you can later. Can you clap to everybody?
Ladies
Clap.
and gentlemen, our esteemed guest, Dr. Satheesh Reddy, Scientific Advisor to Honorable Raksha Mantri, is here. Let's give a huge round of applause. Honorable Founder President, with your permission, may I start? A very good afternoon to one and all. I am Dr. Pooja Vijayaraghavan, Professor at Amity Institute of Biotechnology and your MC for this event. Thank you everybody for coming. On behalf of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida, it is with immense pleasure that I welcome all of you to this significant event. I heartily extend a very warm welcome and gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries. Dr. Satheesh Reddy, Scientific Advisor to Honorable Raksha Mantri, Honorable Founder President, Amity Education Group, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh, Honorable Group Vice Chancellor, Shri Abhay Chauhanji, Senior Vice President, RVEF, Shri Ajit Chauhanji, Chairperson, ADDOE and Deputy President, RVEF, Shri Amol Chauhanji, Executive Director, Strategic Operations, FPO. I also welcome Mr. Sunil Sharma, Outstanding Scientist, Head, HPO1, Dr. Anand Narayan Bhatt, Scientist F, Staff Officer to Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, Dr. Shiv Kumar, Scientist G, Director, Extramural Research and Intellectual Property Rights. Shri Anil Raj Singh, Scientist F, Additional Director, Directorate of Futuristic Technology Management. I also extend a very warm welcome to HOI's faculty members and students present today. Today's event holds an extreme importance as it will provide a platform for all who are present here to discuss and deliberate towards developing cutting-edge defense technologies with the aim to make India self-reliant in defense sector. With these words, I would request all the dignitaries to kindly step forward to the lighting of the auspicious lamp before we start today's proceedings.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। पूर्ण इस अज्ञान उदधि से, पूर्ण इस अज्ञान उदधि से शारदे सरस्वती शारदे। सरस्वती सरस्वती शारदे शारदे शारदे। जिन माता इन चरणों का प्यार दे। शारदे शारदे।
Thank you. May I now request a short audio-visual depicting Journey Through the Memory Lane to be played, please. I would request the IT team to kindly play the video, please. Sir?
welcome all sitting on the balcony over about 300 students.
Yes, sir.
They are very much, I cannot see them.
Yes, sir. I can see all of them.
You can
And and I would like to tell all the students that Founder President is sending his blessings. So all of you are welcome, and we are very, very happy that you could be a part of this great event.
Clap for them all.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy is well known for his significant contributions towards indigenous design, development, deployment of diversified missiles and strategic systems, guided weapons, avionics technologies, and for sustained efforts in advancement of aerospace technologies and industries in India. He graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU, Anantapur, and received his MS and PhD from JNTU, Hyderabad. He joined Defence Research and Development Laboratory, Hyderabad in year 1986 and subsequently joined Research Centre Imarat, the brainchild of Dr. Kalam, after its formation. From a young navigation scientist and system manager, he rose steadily, and after his multiple significant appointments and decades of sustained contributions to defense R&D, was elevated as distinguished scientist in September 2014 and was appointed as scientific advisor to Defense Minister in May 2015. As SA to RM, he significantly contributed towards the formulation of many national policies and was pivotal in evolving roadmap for self-sufficiency in missiles. As Director General, Missiles and Strategic Systems, he spearheaded Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Missile Complex Laboratories, ASL, DRDL, and RCI, ITR, TBRL, and other technical facilities. He led the design and development of a wide range of tactical and strategic missile systems to attain complete self-sufficiency in missiles and initiated many new projects to equip armed forces with the state-of-the-art weapons and technologies. He invigorated the BMD program and developed the mission-critical technologies for long-range Agni-5 missile. As director, RCI, he led many programs, projects, and steered the development of indigenous RF and IIR seekers. As program director, he successfully developed the medium-range SAMs and achieved a streak of success in the maiden missions. As project director, developed the country's first 1000 kg class guided bomb and laid foundation for long-range smart guided weapons. He is a renowned navigation expert and as a project director and technology director, steered the design and development of indigenous inertial sensors, sat-nav receivers, advanced inertial navigation system for a variety of defense applications, including the ship navigation. He holds the distinction of being inducted as a Fellow of Royal Institute of Navigation, London, Royal Aeronautical Society, UK, and foreign member of the Academy of Navigation and Motion Control, Russia. He is an honorary fellow of CSI and Project Management Association of India, fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineering, IET, associate fellow of American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, USA, and many other academies, scientific bodies in the country and abroad. For his distinguished contributions, Dr. Satheesh received several prestigious international and national awards, which includes the Indian Science Congress Association, Homi J. Bhabha Memorial Gold Medal, National Aeronautical Prize, National Design Award, National Systems Gold Medal, the first IEEE USA Joint Award for Engineering Excellence, and was conferred with the Silver Medal of Royal Aeronautical Society, London. He is also a recipient of Dr. Biren Roy Space Science Design Award, Astronautical Society of India Rocketry and Related Technologies Award, and has been conferred with honorary degrees of Doctor of Science by many leading universities in the country, including Amity University, Uttar Pradesh.
I am thankful to the entire fraternity of the Amity University for bestowing the honoris causa, honorary doctorate on me.
He has been mentored by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam throughout his career, and he has achieved great success in India's missile development by following his footsteps.
MIT University will generate such creative leaders for participating in our national development mission. I am happy that the MIT University just started new courses such as space science and technology, aerospace engineering, avionics engineering, integrated BA LLB, postgraduate diploma in clinical management, and master of film and science production. Fantastic. My best wishes to all the members of MIT University for success in the mission of developing quality human resource. Quality human resource, knowledge I have defined. With you, when you go out, you will carry knowledge. Knowledge consists of what? Righteousness, creativity, righteousness, plus courage. So I greet all my best wishes to all the members of MIT University for success in the mission of developing quality human resource with value system backed by our civilization heritage. May God bless you all, friends.
During his visit to Amity University, the founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, informed His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam about Amity having filed 100 patents, which was a proud moment with us.
I definitely say that if you look at the world, we are one of the first 5-6 countries who possess all these technologies and capabilities today. If you look at anti-satellite test, what we have done, we are the 4th nation after Russia, America and China we have done. So that's the capability what you have got. So that works definitely as a deterrent that the country has such capabilities. Over the years, we have become self-reliant in some areas, definitely. The areas are the missiles, we are completely self-reliant. The radars, we can make any type of a radar in the country today. Electronic warfare systems, completely we have developed everything in-house and then delivered. The sonar systems, which are required for all the ships and submarines, have been developed here in the country, and we are completely self-reliant in that. We are self-reliant in the area of torpedoes. We are self-reliant in the area of communications. We are self-reliant in the area of artillery guns, big guns and all that. And now I can confidently say that we can build aircrafts also. Ballistic missiles, we are one of the 6 or 7 nations in the world who have this capability. In fact, let me tell you, we are one of the, I think, 7 nations in the ballistic missiles who have developed this capability. We are one of the 6 nations in the world who have developed their own main battle tank. We are one of the 6 nations who have developed their own fighter aircraft. We are one of the, again, 6 nations who have developed your own AVAC systems. And you are one of the 4 nations who have done your own anti-satellite test. And you are one of the 5 nations who have developed their own ballistic missile defense. Gaps which are there in the systems today, which are being developed either in the platforms or systems, we should be able to develop. And by about next 7 to 8 years, we should have indigenous content at least about 75 to 80% in our armed forces. And by about 10 years, India should be definitely developing all the advanced technologies on its own, not following some country, but you also leading the world in many of these technologies. You create young scientist laboratories. So the direction was very clear. We had a lot of faith in the youngsters and they can create a lot of wonders. And so he asked us to create laboratories where all the scientists are below 35 years old, including the head of the institution. Okay. So we have created 5 laboratories last year, and Honorable Prime Minister himself has dedicated these laboratories to the nation. And all the scientists working in these 5 laboratories are below 35 years old, including the director. And that young boy has all the powers like any other director of any big laboratory or a very senior director has got. With the call given by Honorable Prime Minister on Atmanirbhar Bharat, we ourselves are taking up many programs and many technologies and many systems which will make India completely self-reliant in defense technologies in the coming few years. This is the first indigenous anti-radiation missile which we have tested from an aircraft. And this first trial itself has been successful, and the missile has met the objectives of the test. DRDO has capability to develop varieties of missile systems. I can confidently say that the country has all the capabilities and completely self-reliant in the area of missile systems. So whatever the missile system which armed forces look for, DRDO has the capability, and in the last particular few years, and particularly since last about 5-6 years, number of systems have been developed and they have been tested, and you have seen in particularly last 45 days also how many systems have been tested. So now the country has the capability to develop and also induct varieties of missile systems into the armed forces, and they're all state-of-the-art weapon systems. At DRDO, we have a couple of laboratories which have developed some of the sanitizers, masks, and body suits, and also the ventilators what are required for this, and ensure that this sustainable aviation biofuel comes up in a big way, making the whole environment in the globe very clean. India will have very soon, the AMCA will be developed in the country. Today in the country, there are lots of startups which have come in the area of drones, and which we are encouraging them, supporting them, and providing all hand-holding to come out with multiple drones for varieties of applications, whether it is for the normal applications in the normal planes, or for the high altitudes, or for the load carrying capabilities, or for the surveillance applications, or for anti-drone applications. As you know that we are one of the few countries who have come up with the applications for countering the rogue drones.
His great love and affection for Dr. Satheesh Reddy, that the founder president Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan attended the wedding of his daughter with the entire family to bless the couple.
We would request a huge round of applause, please. Thank you so much, sir. It was really heartwarming to see the video. Thank you so much. Dr. William Selvamurthy is President, Amity Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation, Director General of Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation, and Chancellor, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. He has served Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, Government of India for 40 years, with all the health-related and life sciences-related technologies were developed and inducted in the armed forces for keeping the health and efficiency of soldiers, even in extreme operational environments. His R&D contributions include development of life support technologies for soldiers, NBC defense technologies, nanotechnology applications for defense, to name a few. He was the leader of the first Indo-Soviet scientific expedition to the Arctic Circle for polar physiology research. He superannuated from DRDO on 28 February 2013 as Distinguished Scientist and Chief Controller, Research and Development. He is in the scientific committee of various national and international agencies and has been bestowed upon numerous awards of national and international repute. May I now request Dr. W. Selvamurthy to kindly introduce for his welcome address, and also to introduce Dr. Satheesh Reddy, as well as deliver his presentation on Amity Research and Innovation.
what a great day it is when there are two giants of nation building mission are sitting on this dais. Our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, an unparalleled leader who has built today what Amity is as a universe, Amity universe, with 12 universities in India, 18 campuses abroad, 28 schools, 200,000 students, big universe. And his only breath and life is how to develop our nation, how to build India as a superpower, global superpower, knowledge superpower. Every breath only talks about that. And a person whose other vision is, how do we bring a new world order? How do we bring a new world order through our students, faculties, PhD scholars, through developing, churning out the future global citizens? Who will create that new world order, which is seen by good health, happiness, peace, prosperity? So this is a great leader sitting here. There is another great leader sitting next to him, Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy. You just saw his profile. A young man, a young scientist, and who has made in this young age such a remarkable contribution to the country. And today, he has taken India to Atmanirbhar Bharat, moving towards self-reliance in a big way. All the great achievements under the blessings of Honorable Prime Minister of India. Today, he is spearheading this self-reliance in defense technologies. And particularly when the Amrit Kaal, we are looking at Amrit Kaal, and we are looking at how do we contribute to this. So these two people sitting together, we should bring a revolutionary change. The outcome has to be phenomenally high. So the outcome of this, we would look at how do we contribute to DRDO, the great scientists who are sitting here, who is driving the mission in DRDO headquarters, in the laboratories. Now, here is an opportunity, all the faculties, students, PhD scholars, when these great opportunities available with the four of the distinguished the scientists from DRDO sitting over there, we should see how do we expand, deepen our relationship with DRDO and make to be the most important and maybe the best academic R&D contributor to DRDO. Let's welcome our guest with a big clap. See, this hall has hosted Nobel laureates, ministers, and also ambassadors. But then today's meeting, I feel, is the most important one. When such a two great stalwarts sitting together with the brilliant brains of Amity over here, and also all those who have joined online. So this is going to be a game changer, perhaps, that we will look at how do we contribute from Amity Group, Amity Universe, to the mission of our DRDO to the Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense technologies. Now it's a glorious sojourn which Dr. Satheesh Reddy has had, and I have been part of this journey. When right from when he was scientist, we were looking at such a great leader. I was able to see the great spark in him, and we groomed him. Even when he was scientist, he will become one day not only the chief of DRDO, not only the scientific advisor, but many, many more responsibilities for the country to be seen. We could foresee that. And today, this is the golden era of the DRDO is today under his leadership. I have seen such a short time, many things have been delivered to the services, whether it is Army, Navy, airports, paramilitary, and the spin-off going to the civilian sector. So I wanted purposely, founder told that we must make a film of all these achievements. So this was made with all our efforts, love and affection. He was wondering why such a long film. Then I told him our students have to be inspired, motivated. Here is a role model for all of them, all of us. So that is how this film was made. And thank you so much to our ASPO, Colonel Dargan, and my own team of the ASTIF who made this film. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. Now, I will take you through there are many people who have joined online, Dr. Satheesh Reddy ji, that we have vice chancellors, pro-vice chancellors, deans, HOIs, the faculties, and the students and PhD scholars, and above all, Ramanujan, Ramalingam Swami fellows. So all of them physically, or some of them are here, and many of them have joined online. So I welcome all of you, and I'm sure You are in for a very important, the intellectual enrichment when he talks. I'll give a brief glimpse of all the achievements of Amity. Welcome. And this is just, you have seen many of them, so I don't have to show it again. But then you are with a great leader today in the world, Dr. Satheesh Reddy. And I should say a few words about Dr. Ashok Chauhan ji, even though you know him more than me. But of all that, what I want to say is he's not only having intellectual power, he's not only having economic power to create all this Amity universe, and he's also having military power. So many service officers sitting here. But above all, he has got spiritual power. So all that what happens here in Amity universe, he just dreams, it happens, and he drives that to happen. So thank you, Founder President. When God pushes somebody like you, inspires somebody like you, leads somebody, no power in the world can stop such a person. And you are a living example of that. And we are also driven by a very dynamic young leadership here. Not only Founder President has given the sanskars to his children, the family, Dr. Mrs. Amita Chauhan, the Founder President, the chairperson for the Amity International Schools, and all the trustees sitting over here, Mr. Ajit Chauhan, Mr. Abhay Chauhan, Mr. Amol Chauhan, and all of them are driving Amity Group. They're all committed. They make so much sacrifice. Whatever growth you see today in the slides, which I'm going to show, it's all because of every sweat which they make, sacrifice they make, the whole Amity Group, Amity family makes, AKC family, including their daughters-in-law, that they contribute to this mission. So London School of Economics was Dr. Atul Chauhan is the alma mater. Dr. Asim Chauhan came out from the portals of Wharton Business School. So see those, the learning which has taken place. Similarly, all these people have studied in they have studied in Harvard, and they have also studied in wonderful schools in Wharton Business School and so on. So today, such group is led by such dynamic leadership, and many of the trustees are over here. Thank you very much for joining to all the trustees. Look at the campus. We have now 12 universities in India. Independent, they're all independent universities established under State Act, and then they have independent vice chancellors, independent structures, and see the architecture that we have given the special architecture. Founder President selects the landscape, which place we have to establish university. A lot of thoughts, he personally goes and inspects several times. Finally, a decision is taken. Here is what you see here, the 12 universities in India, 18 campuses abroad, Singapore, Mauritius, New York, Nairobi, Tashkent, London, Dubai. And so like this, we have 18 campuses, including Abu Dhabi, Amsterdam, and Tashkent, and so on. So our universities there, they have, many of them are having degree awarding power as well. So we have 18 campuses abroad, but the goal is very clear. Dr. Chauhan has said, every state must have an independent Amity University, and also our 18 campus should become 50 campus. All that should happen in 1 decade. So this is the very important facility which we have created. Dr. Chauhan has acquired 175 acres in the Long Islands of New York facing the Atlantic Ocean. We are creating Amity Global Research Hub. Dr. Satheesh Reddy ji and all the DRDO scientists, we would like to give this benefit of this to DRDO, because we want to connect with you. We will do many things because we are connected now with the Department of Defense. We are executing a DETRA project here. So we will give those connectivity through us also, besides government to government, B2B happening, G2G happening, that we will also connect you through our Amity Global Research Hub. We want to give the whole Amity universe benefit to DRDO as well as an extended arm of DRDO. And currently there are about 60 students undergoing 3-continent program, the study abroad program. Founder's vision is every student, 200,000 students should get an opportunity to see abroad, to go abroad, feel abroad, and also learn from his experience abroad. As he has done 28 years in Germany, that brought a paradigm change in his life itself. So he wants to give that benefit to all of his students. Let's give a big clap to Founder President for this great honor which he is doing. Now, there are more than 300 programs here, UGC recognized program at undergraduate, postgraduate, doctoral level. You name any course, it is available there, whether it is aerospace or it is space science and technology, defense technology, And also we have marine science and technology, molecular medicine and stem cell research, nuclear science and technology, and also we have the virology and immunology and many more. So you name any program, it is available here. And if you look at the young university, we became university only in the year 2005. We are just 18 years young. We are still in teens. But you see the status which we have acquired. This is the exponential growth. We are now at the NIRF ranking, recent NIRF ranking, we are number 22. Among the 1,100 universities in the country, we are number 22. Pharmacy, 17. Management, engineering. So, but then we want to be in top 10. Our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, has given a mandate that we must be in top 10 soon. So we are all working towards that. We have BASC accreditation, which is not given normally outside the jurisdiction of the Northern America, but it has been given as the Asia's only the not-for-profit university, which is Amity, to get this BASC accreditation. We have our ranking. We are in top 3% global university, Amity University. All this is because of the committee.
The Indian Intellectual Property Office of the Government of India has conferred the National Intellectual Property Award 2020 on Amity University for Top Indian Academic Institution for Patents and Commercialization, a reflection of Amity's commitment to research and innovation.
We also got recently another award, and we have filed 905 patents. That's the score today that Smita Sahu, who drives this mission, will say that we have filed 1,905 patents. About 250 patents are granted, and many of them are getting translated into product technology processes. This is a summary of the accomplishment: 200,000 students, 10,000 faculties, 5,000 PhD scholars, 150 institutions, and also we have our H index is now gone to 121, and then 900 books published, 35,000 papers in journals of repute like Nature, Science, Lancet, New England Journal of Medicine, and also Material Horizon, Advanced Materials, PRL, PNAS, all top journals we publish papers besides filing patents. And we have transferred about 30 technologies to the industries. So here, founder, again, we have kept a mission here. All our research should culminate in either of the two. Either it should lead to a product leading to wealth generation to the nation, to $5 trillion economy, or it should culminate in solving a problem of the society. Now, this is how the whole research ecosystem we created, and we are DSIR recognized. I have quickly run through because of paucity of time. We created the connectivity with all the stakeholders, IPR protection cell, technology transfer cell, technology enabling center of DST was established, first to be established by Government of India here. The DST sponsored the technology enabling center. Then we also brought senior people and blended them with even Nobel laureates. They were brought to our campus, and some of our faculties have gone and worked with Nobel laureates. Then senior people like this blended with junior young scientists, including Ramalinga Swami faculties, and also Inspire faculties, Ramalinga Swami fellows, Ramanuja fellows, Welcome Trust fellows. So they bring vibrance. The senior people blending seamlessly with youngsters, that made the change for us. And we have 40 of them in our campus. This is no other institution has, that Amity has been able to attract 40 of these very talented fellows who have spent 5-10 years abroad. So we have attracted them here. Then we also connected with honorary professors, honorary doctorates holders from Amity University. And we connected them seamlessly from Stanford, University of Cambridge, Brown, Cornell, Kyoto, Singapore, and also the Canada, Toronto, University of Toronto, and many more. Then we created infrastructure. Having brought the right human resource, we brought the infrastructure. We invested, Amity invested hugely in building such beautiful laboratories, which you see here. Many of the labs look beautiful like this, so that scientists feel happy to work in such environment. We brought some very wonderful equipment, state-of-the-art research infrastructure was created, both from government-funded the support as well as from Amity's investment. We built these research infrastructure. You see some of them when you visit the laboratories. They are comparable to any best in the world, but then we are still growing, we are developing. Then we created this technology enabling center. Once in the universities, technology come to TRL level 2 or 3, how do you mature it to 7, 6 or 7? So we have created a technology enabling center. This will look at the gap and then incentivize, motivate, fill the gap, and then take the maturity to TRL level 7 or 8. Then the industry takes it. Then we also created an incubator, which has incubated more than 500 companies so far. 90 startups are doing very well. We have our own Amity Venture Capital, which Professor Abhay and also Dr. Asim Chauhan and Mr. Amol Chauhan, they look after this. Venture capital, if you have a brilliant idea, we support that with our venture as well. So now again, the goal, target set by founder president is in next 10 years, we should have 1,000 companies, 15 to 20%. We are allowing faculties to also be startups. As you know that Shivani, she was made also the director of a company. Simultaneously, she is also professor in Amity Institute of Space Science and Technology. This is first time in the country it has happened that you can occupy a similar same time. So which founder has set a goal to at least 25 faculty should be board of directors and the directors of companies. So this number will increase. So this is how everything is new here. If you see, Amity always be the first one to initiate such changes. These are some of the incubators who are doing extremely well, and we hope that we will be able to give some unicorns from the startups which we have made. They will get transit into the unicorns. Then founder creates missions, because how do you energize the system to function, maximize the outcome? So we created missions. Founder said there must be mission impossible. How do you make 10 times the research outcome in 3 years? We achieved it. Similarly, mission connect. How do you connect with DRDO, atomic energy, space, CSIR, ICMR, ICAR, mission connect. Then mission synergy. How do we contribute to other partners' mission, thereby synergizing their efforts? Then mission outcome. Whatever we do, whether faculty, PhD scholar, everything should have a sustainable outcome, not just only sporadic spikes, sustainable outcome. So that is mission outcome. So such missions have driven Amity what it is today under the leadership of Dr. Chauhan. Then everybody says university should be connected to industry. But we brought industry to our campus. Instead of only connecting some of the industries, now we have started bringing Tata Technologies. They have invested here 30,000 square feet. Automobiles, avionics, the robotic manufacturing, they have put their facility, their 10 engineers, groom our students and make the best people over there. So such kind of connectivity by bringing industry to our campus is happening now in all campuses. RIX is another one, KPMG and Quanser, a Canadian company on control theory. So they have established a center here. So these are some of the new initiative Amity has taken. Then we wanted to bring force multiplier effect. So we connected with so many universities and institutions, industries in India and abroad. There are more than about 294 MOUs and more than 100 national. We have a formal MOU with ICMR, ICAR, CSIR. This organization, all the institutions under that organization can connect with all Amity Universe. So we have in fact signed a formal MOU. It's doing very well. The outcomes are remarkable in bringing product technologies and grooming students for PhDs and also filing joint patents and publication. Then we created some areas of expertise, each university. So we created verticals in our universities, computational biology, cancer biology, translational research. We have established Amity Center for Translational Research, molecular medicine and stem cell research, genome engineering, neuroscience, public health, click chemistry. First time, Mona Lisa Mukherjee is sitting here. And John Moses, when he visited from Nottingham University, then founder said, why not? This is an area where we should go full steam. So Mona Lisa was made immediately in charge of this. John Moses is the honorary, the president of our new click chemistry. They can do wonders. Click chemistry is a process, but then you can create exotic the materials in a fast track mode. Drug design, water and atmospheric, and also the traditional systems of medicine like yoga, Ayurveda, Siddha. We have created one verticals there. Data science, robotics, artificial intelligence. We are going to heavily invest. Our chancellor has made a big center of excellence in AI. So this, I would like to tell that we are establishing a center of excellence in artificial intelligence. And we are putting a high computational capability here. we want to give that benefit to the DRDO as a center of excellence. You can even have a joint center, DRDO, Amity, joint center of excellence in AI, because we have the expertise, not only investment and the facility. We have so many experts in the field of AI. We'll be able to give that. AI and defense is going to come in a big way. We will do that. Then we have astrobiology. The first biological payload from India is going from Amity University to the space. Similarly, space science and technology. Then we have photonics and optoelectronics, CFD and thermal management. Dr. Basant Singh Shikarwar is sitting here. Bioenergy, biofuel, Dr. Nutan Kaushik is here, who looks after the agriculture. So we created verticals. Now, just you know about this project. Thanks to DRDO, particularly the director ER/IPR is sitting over there. And also we have the people who are coming from the futuristic technology. The expert is sitting over there. So all this, I want to say, why we want to say is, we think differently than other universities and institutions. So this is an opportunity. We would like to have more projects, TDF projects, AR&DB projects, research board projects, as well as directly from the laboratories. These are some of the projects undertaken, so I won't be able to go through it. One example is, how do you detect a foreign body on the runway? When the fighter aircraft is coming at 2 Mach speed, going to land. So how do you clear the runway? If there is any foreign body, how do you detect it? So we have, this is a DRDO project which we are, that Sarika Jain is executing using millimetric wave as well as the cameras, the visual cameras. So as a combination using the AI platform, we will be able to say that which object is running on the run. So similarly in space, now our Professor Prasad, MS Prasad, one of the stalwarts in the defense technology, is now looking at how do we, the debris management in space is a big challenge. So we are working on ISRO project as well. So we have so many strategically important projects being, these are some of them. We are creating an IR sensor, and we are creating the ceramic, the base platform for this. So a lot of projects from DRDO and ISRO, but we want to augment this number, expand our contribution to DRDO. This is your brainchild, that Satheesh Reddy ji. Today, with your blessings, we have more than 120 students in all the, both here as well as in Haryana campus together. And they have all been mentored by you and DRDO labs. They have spent all the research work, the practicals, and 1 year project they are doing. It's a new paradigm you have given to human resource development for the defense. So we are the first one to, as you are aware, with your blessings, we were able to take this. And today we have MTech, BTech, MTech integrated defense technology program, PhD in defense technology program, and in all 6 verticals, combat vehicles, aerospace, then naval systems, then we have directed energy weapons, high energy materials, sensors and communication, all the 6 verticals. And so this is your vision under the able leadership of our Honorable Raksha Mantri, that you are able to promulgate this, and you will see the results in the next couple of years. So many human resource fully trained will be available for DRDO, will be available for defense industries, defense corridors. All this we will fill with our Amity scholars passing out from this Amity Institute of Defense Technology. We have started a separate institute, Amity Institute of Defense Technology, to give an impetus. These are some of the activities which we have done. Now, coming to Amity Institute of Nuclear Science and Technology, Dr. Alpana Goyal is heading this. You are going to inaugurate the facility which we have put using a $1 million investment. The US Department of Defense has made an Amity University. They have chosen Amity in this region. So they have given a big project on nuclear security. How do you build capacity? How do you secure our nuclear assets in the civilian sector? And also, how do you respond if there's a nuclear eventuality? So this lab is a unique facility. We have requested you to inaugurate today. You will see the state-of-the-art equipment for all the nuclear measurements over there. And this lab can also virtually connect. So the trainees, participants need not come physically. We are also building a virtual connectivity, and they can operate those systems from their own institution. So DRDO, we also would like to have people coming and participating in this, the program as well. Then, Founder President, when he visited Amity University, Madhya Pradesh in Gwalior, we have a big university there next to DRD Gwalior, which is a very important lab there. Then he said we should create a CBR and mitigation center, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, mitigation center. How do you mitigate? How do you respond? So we should train the people. So we created this for personal protection, collective protection, decontamination, medical management, and also capacity building. So this is what this center, again, we will need your help because your new facility, the BSL-4, BSL-3 is coming next door. Is just across our boundary line we are sharing actually. So close. So we would like to use this DRDO facility in DRD Gwalior for this research, intense research activity we would like to have with, in our center in Gwalior. Then we have many research like our AI-based ship detection system. Again, we are having a big program on this. How do you use when you have maritime security? So many ships, warships, maritime ships, boats, small boats. So how do you know which boat is behaving differently? Who can carry a antisocial element, or it could carry a ammunition, or it could carry a drug? So how do you detect this? So we have used a AI platform using this. So AI is very strong. I'll show you a few areas. Then we are also looking at for crops, can we use AI? Using the IRS image, the remote sensing images, can you spot the infections on the field of wheat or paddy? So we have made an AI-based platform on this. And again, using synthetic aperture radar. And then drone detection system tracking system, again, is another area in which Professor MS Prasad, Shivani, and the Space Science and Technology is working. Swarm of CubeSats. Prasad, would you like to say just a few words on this drone tracking and just
online? Right. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you, Dr. Reddy. And this project aims to that can we have a swarm of CubeSat? Aim is that we want to have a surveillance of particular area 24/7. Generally, for a satellite, it is not possible because they have a revisit time. Earth rotates, so they keep visiting the same place at the same time is not possible. So I'm designing an orbit and the number of CubeSats which can keep orbiting the Earth, but I will have always, say for example, Amity under surveillance at 24/7. That's the aim of this. The most unique project, in fact, European Space Agency is also interested in that, but our scientific advisor has once given a hint. That's why we have taken the project.
Thank you. So we'll just make a just quick run through the cognitive health monitoring of the spacecraft. I think this also you should say. The health. Shivani, would you like to speak a couple of words on this cognitive health monitoring of spacecraft, which is also applicable to aircraft?
Okay. Very good afternoon to all. So, like we are going for deep space missions. So in deep space mission, what happens if anything goes wrong? It will take around 22 minutes for one-way data to come back to ground and another 22 minutes for corrective action to go to the spacecraft. So that consumes a lot of time. Overcoming the...
Just 1 minute. Mike is coming to you. Yes.
To DRDO House for signing of the project for Shivani and you, Dr. Reddy took extra trouble to come to that place where the signing was being done. MS Prasad was there, and this project which MS Prasad has narrated, that time he put in the ears of MS Prasad, please work on that project also.
Astra project.
Yeah. And then we got the information from DRDO Satheesh Reddy ji. We have to make it a little different. If last seconds one gets a signal to change the target, in last seconds, then you have to change the target. If we are chasing a plane and then we get 10 seconds or 20 seconds, no, target has deviated, then work on it, that we then change our target. So this was again idea given by Reddy ji when he was standing there, when he was signing the project of TDF 1 crore. And I have been told by Salamurthy that cost, that scheme has become to 10 crores and then to 100 crores. That's not the...
Yeah, TDF project is now 50 crores.
50 crores. So I was talking to my faculty members, researchers, why don't you have your own company and submit the projects? 50 crore. And my aim is 25 companies within this year. Very good. Shivani,
Yes.
somehow he came and he told us this project. Okay.
Right, sir. Right.
Thank you.
When we were being awarded the TDF project, so Reddy sir asked us to work on this problem on Astra missile. We are working on it, sir, and Prasad sir has fixed up a meeting with Narayan Murthy sir. So probably next week we are going to DRDL.
And they have met the Astra team and then they are in contact. Thank you, Shivan.
Thank you, sir.
Now we will just quickly run through. I want you to get a glance of it. Antenna for X-band is again another area, conformal antenna we are working. Tunnel detection using the terahertz frequency. We have a group working on that. Then we have the defense, the heat management, thermal management is a very important area where we are working. And also these are some of the projects to improve the efficiency of the photovoltaic cell. Then 3D printing of the PCB for prototyping. We have developed inkjet printing for the prototypes for PCBs. And these are some of the phase change materials. Dr. V.K. Jain, one of our very distinguished scientists who is from DRDO. Again, we are so happy from solid state physics laboratory. So, Jain Saab, you are making a lot of innovations. Just pick up one innovation on the phase change material for soldiers.
I got that training with the more than 30 years in solid state physics lab. And lastly, I was created in this MEMS program. So based on that, we got the training that how the product can come. So with the help, with the support of our founder president, I was able to make a multidisciplinary department here in which we have everybody, including signal processing, everything. We have developed at least 8 or 10 technologies in our department, free from material product, and we have transferred 4 or 5 technologies to the industry. Even for DRDO, we got small projects received from Food Lab, and during your visit, if it is possible, that a complete meter we have made for testing. It is a meter for water testing required by DRDO Food Lab.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jain. We'll discuss it when he comes on your visit to the labs. These are some during the COVID situation, we have already inducted about 3,000 of these face masks, which were developed by 3D printing. And we also have this nano composites for sensors and detection of explosives and high power laser absorption. And also Mona Lisa Mukherjee, who is in charge of click chemistry. Can you just give for 1 minute, if you can talk about the defense-oriented nano sponge and other material which you have developed. Just you can speak for 1 minute on the click chemistry.
Good afternoon. We are trying to develop injectable hydrogen, which is really required for the warriors. And we are trying to use that with using hyaluronic acid and some of the new monomers we are trying to develop with the help of click chemistry. So I think that can be a huge change in this helping the soldiers during the wars.
And also we are establishing, Dr. M.K. Datta, we are going to have a center of excellence in artificial intelligence. So can you pass on the mic? What are the vision? He has done so much research and publications in artificial intelligence. So we have given him the responsibility for developing the Center of Excellence in Amity in AI. Over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Actually, we'll be having a very high computational facility, around 10 petaflop computing speed very soon. The process of establishing the facilities. So once we have that, any complex architecture, any amount of data that is supposed to train, for example, any complex architecture, let us say even 100 layered network, or even few millions of data to train anything for defense point of view, agricultural point of view, anything that has got national or social relevance, we are open to that. We're definitely looking forward to. Yeah.
So we would like to focus on AI for defense in a big way. This Center of Excellence will do that. Then we are also looking at the piezoelectric ceramic material, which you saw the poster over there. So I will just paucity of time, I'll move on. And these are some more with the integration of electromagnetic wave with high energetic plasma in Uranus. We have also astronomical research, which is being done besides the space research. We have, these are some of the important areas where how do you generate wealth from waste? From wastewater, we are able to generate electricity. Dr. V.K. Jain again has made this technology. The same electricity, you can use it to remedy that water. So this again is very important area in which we are working. And this is one for the soldiers in the high altitude. Nano silver based water purification system. And these are bioenzyme. We have also the nanomedicine group, which works on some of the biological materials like cholesterol. You want to measure, and you can measure it by using the biosensor. So we work on biosensor in nanomedicine. Cancer is a very strong vertical. We are looking at a triple conjugate to attack the cancer stem cell, not cancer cell, cancer stem cell, so that the cancer doesn't come again. A synthetic material, known anti-tumor agent, curcumin, and the folate together. So we have a very strong cancer biology group. We are using AI platform for vaccine development also. That is, if you have 500 candidates, how would you downstream to potential 2 or 3 successful candidates of vaccine? So we have developed this. So where we have a US partner also in this, and Dr. Kamal Rawal is working in this area. And so these are some of the AI-based platform for image processing, lung X-rays, fMRIs, and CT scan. How do you make the assessment diagnosis much more precise using the AI platform? We have developed this system as well. And so these are some of the areas I'll just quickly run through. We have a strong agriculture where we are focusing on productivity. How do you enhance productivity per hectare? Productivity per capita of the animal, if it is milk. So then post-harvest technologies, how do you preserve after harvesting? So we have developed very strong mark in this area globally. And we have developed a root endophine, which gives protection against the abiotic stress, which is commercialized to 5 industries. One technology has been taken by 5 industries. Similarly, agri-photovoltaic is another area where from how do you double the income of farmers? So this is another area in which Amity has contributed. These are some of the student projects. Particularly, I'll take autonomous underwater system. You saw that over there. And now these are some projects in pipeline, particularly for space, drone autopilot, and also the rover system, which we are developing. And this is a very important thing. We are developing a 4-CubeSat. 4-CubeSat, where 2 payloads. One is for atmospheric monitoring, the other for nuclear radiation. If there is some radiation below, how do you map out the contaminated zone? So we have developed such kind of system, which is going in the payload. In this year, we are registered among the 75 student projects. Amity satellite, AMISAT is also registered. Then in Dubai, where you see our chancellor inaugurating with the other dignitary from Arab Emirates, in Dubai, we have put a ground station to get all the data from the existing satellites to ground station. And we see the atmospheric parameters, troposphere, ionosphere. How does the changes which occur there affect the transmission, data transmission from satellite to ground station? So we are doing research in that area as well. And so these are some image processing for the intelligent gathering. This is the AMISAT and also astrobiology research, which I mentioned. Then we also have developed a very drone surveillance system, which we will discuss with you. The students are waiting to show you when you move out. We will just spend 2 minutes over there. These are some niche areas. Spintronics material. Spintronics, we established Amity Center for Spintronics material, like CAT Indoor, and also the IUAC. So all this, they work on accelerator. So we developed a center for Spintronics materials, where you can package a lot of information and data in small space with less energy. So we have developed that center as well. And then these are technologies transferred. We have almost transferred about 25 technologies to industries. These are industries which have taken, including 2 foreign companies have taken. One in Sainon Corporation in Taiwan, which has taken the Rutonic, and also one, the biodegradable plastics. We are negotiating with Boston-based company. Our people are in top, the 2% global research scientists. Our faculties, 24 of them are there from Amity. And also they have been recognized as Fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry, Royal Society of Biology, in addition to Indian the Science and Technology Organization. These are some technologies developed during COVID situation, like DRDO did. Now, finally, the last slide is to show that I will end with this quote, because here is a man who dreams about India becoming a global superpower. And I quote Dr. Ashok Chauhan, and I can say with pride that my scientists, my researchers move with this confidence that they will do wonders and will add to the growth of the nation. And this will help making India not only a knowledge superpower, but also a global superpower. Thank you so much.
Dr. Navamurthy? Yes, sir. 60 seconds. You were called recently by the American government for the nuclear security project for a very important assignment. Just 60 seconds about that invitation from the USA government.
Actually, I went and briefed Dr. Satheesh Reddy also about the US Department of Defense. Invited me as a scientist from Amity University to, since they have given a project from Defense Threat Reduction Agency on building nuclear security. How do you secure nuclear asset? How do you respond to nuclear eventualities? So this is being done in Amity University. So they extended an invitation. And in the DETRA headquarters, which is next to Pentagon, I chaired a meeting there with their officials. And then we talked about the progress. And now they are looking at CBRN security as well, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear security. So we are now making a bigger proposal. And they are now chief scientists of the Air Force Research Laboratory is coming to Amity University with a team of about 20 of their scientists who are going to come from the defense labs, even also Naval Postgraduate School, and also the AFRL. All these scientists are going to come here. We are going to sit together. So I have requested DRDO also to be a government partner. So it becomes DRDO, Amity, and the US Department of Defense working. Because some things which cannot be got directly from government to government, you can get it through a university. So that is where we can help the DRDO coming as a university partner. Some sensitive things can be given to a university, but may not be a defense lab. So such things also we are looking. So we have discussed with Dr. Satheesh Reddy about how do we organize this visit. They are going to be here for 3 days. So how do we organize? So we are building that strategic plan, sir, which I have already taken his advice and guidance, which I briefed you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Selvamurthy, for giving us a detailed overview of Amity's strength and its capabilities in the R&D sector, as well as the vision that drives each one of us. Thank you so much. Dr. G. Satheesh Reddy, Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri, is an acclaimed defense scientist of international repute. A visionary leader and institution builder, Dr. Reddy has, with his technology leadership over the past 4 decades, deeply influenced and impacted the design and development of multiple technologies and systems for the defense of the nation. In his career, from a systems designer to chief of the Defense Research and Development Organization, he has ceaselessly contributed to the cause of indigenous development in the area of defense. Dr. Reddy worked tirelessly during the pandemic to develop required technology to fight COVID-19. Under his guidance, nearly 50 technologies for combating the virus has been developed, and about 75 products have been transferred to 100 industries. Dr. Reddy's significant contribution in the field of technology.
He has personally requested me to be. Thank you so much.
But there's one thing that I would like to share with our audience here. He is the first Indian in over 100 years to be conferred with the prestigious honorary fellowship and silver medal by the Royal Aeronautical Society, London. So we give a huge round of applause to that. And now I would request Dr. Satheesh Reddy to kindly give his address. Thank you.
Namaskar, Honorable Founder President of Amity Universe, Dr. Ashok Chauhanji, the people with him who are as backbone supporting him in building this education sphere, Mr. Ajit Chauhan, Mr. Abhay Chauhan, Mr. Amol Chauhan, and the other Chauhans who are not present here, and all of them. And then My senior who was in DRDO was mentored and who is now playing a very important role here in this university, Dr. Selvamurthy, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Balvinder Shuklaji, Dr. Gurvinder Singh, and my colleagues who were there with me in DRDO earlier, the former Director General Life Sciences, Dr. A.K. Singh, Dr. Jain, Dr. Gopal Bhushan, the colleagues of me who have come from DRDO headquarters, who are actually connected with the academic institutes in the country with the research, Dr. Shivakumar, Dr. Sunil Sharma, Dr. Anil Raj, and Dr. Anantanarayan Bhatt, and also my again colleague who was with me in DIIT in the year 1985. We used to call him as Major Prasad, now Dr. M.S. Prasad, and the entire eminent professors, deans, vice chancellors, directors, and many other important posts. I find DGs and ADGs and deputy directors and many other things who are there, part of it here, and the faculty. And most importantly, in an academic institute, the students who are there sitting in the first floor and in the VC, and to all of you, once again, very good afternoon and namaskar to all of you and my best wishes to all the students. Dr. Ashok Chauhan, somehow when I came here to a conference here where I think the northern part of the country's Vice Chancellor's conference was going on, I think that is where we had a good interaction. Since then, he has a lot of affection, love, and regard for me, which he has been always showing in every occasion. And I also have the great respect for this gentleman who was actually abroad, to the best what I know about what I heard about him, but then having a lot of love and affection to this country, having come here, established the university or the academic institute and expanded in such a short span of time, so much that you have 12 universities in this country with about 200,000 students, 10,000 faculty, and then 18 campuses outside this country, and an Indian campus, even in the places like London, Netherlands, USA, and whatnot, and all that, making the country proud is what I can say about you. And I'm very thankful that you have such love and affection for me, and love and affection for this country. That's how you have love and affection for me. I was slightly embarrassed here as Dr. Chauhan and Dr. Selvamurthy asked me here to come here. Whenever we come to an academic institute, normally we interact with the professors and also to the students, and we get energized here and get a lot of enthusiasm and go back and work. That is what has been. But then a lot of videos, a lot of things and all that also have been shown about me and things like that, which was slightly embarrassing. But anyway, thank you very much for all that introduction and the film what has been made. That's all to the greatness of this organization, DRDO. In spite of this country's situation, what was there, DRDO could develop so many technologies and so many capabilities to this country, making the country as one of the front runners in the technologies in the defense area. And that is all about, it's not about me, it is about this organization, Defense Research and Development Organization. which has been working last about 60 plus years. Friends, to tell about Amity University a little bit, when actually I completed my 11th and 12th classes, I think that time it was just private institutions were coming into the country. And the number of institutions in the country were, particularly in the engineering side, even today in the medical side, there are very few institutions. If you look at the state of Andhra Pradesh, where I have come from, there were about 5 institutions of engineering which were there in the state. And that time, I think the first private institution has come in. And from there, what a transformation you see that today, I think in the same state of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, which are divided now, there are more than about 1,400 to 1,500 institutions. And this country, that time when it was producing probably a year about 2,000 engineers or so, now today we are producing about 1.4 million engineers. That is the state where it has changed. The institutions, private institutions, as I said that time, which were almost not existing, and today there are many which have come. Many. And then today we have institutions which are standing tall in the globe, Indian institutions, Indian private institutions, and particularly when we hear about Amity's achievements and Amity's new endeavors, that Amity is standing as one of the top institutions in the world, establishing the campuses everywhere in the globe. And it is expanding further continuously. And as we hear the vision of Dr. Ashok Chauhan, that will be multiplying in a big way and establishing in many more countries. And I'm also sure that the rankings which are 22 in the country now, I'm sure that Amity will be competing for the global rankings. And I'm sure that Amity will achieve as an institution from here in the country in the first top rankings of the universe. That is what is the vision should be. We should be standing as top ranking institute in the globe. That ranking I wish that Amity should be working on. Friends, if you look at the country with a lot of activities, a lot of development, and a lot of struggle over the decades, with that background, both in the academic institutes and also in the technological front, in the last few years, probably last decade definitely, the country had made great strides in this area today, both in academic institutes, the research outcome, the academic strengths what have been created in the country, both in terms of quality and quantity, and also the technological capabilities what the country has developed, some of them which have been mentioned here. I thought, let me little bit mention about it and where the country now should be leading to. If you look at the country, maybe about 15, 20 years back, we had just, if you look at the premier institutes, there were 5, the 5 IITs and IISc. And when the IITs, the students whom were producing were supposed to be the front runners in the technology, 80 to 90% of these students were going abroad. This is one thing which was there that time. Now today, If you look at the same IITs, I'm just saying, we have in every state an IIT. The number of students which are being produced have multiplied by about 20 to 30 times now, or maybe actually much more, because the number of departments have gone up. And today the situation is that 80% of the students who are coming out of the IITs are staying back here in the country. They are not looking towards going abroad. This is a sea change which has come in the country. This is one important thing what we need to know. And most of these campuses have the people who have gone abroad from this country, who have done doctoral, postdoctorals there, they're all coming back and joining as the faculty here. This another major change what we could see. Then, as the engineering institutions have gained importance out of various reasons, and the information technology, particularly in the 90s, where the problem of Y2K has come, and a lot of IT dominance has been seen in the engineering. And if you look at even about 10 years back, or maybe even 7-8 years back also, many of the students who are coming out of these institutions, independent of the department, even including the departments like civil engineering and metallurgy engineering, they were all taking up the IT jobs. This is one important thing which was there, which was actually giving a problem because we were not getting a 360 degrees coverage of the science and technology. Nothing wrong with anybody, not to be blamed. As I said, there were opportunities in that area and we have utilized the opportunity. India has utilized that opportunity in a great way, and India and the families and many of the families got benefited out of it. Students got benefited out of it. So that's how flourished in a big way. But then as a nation, when you look at it, you need to look at the 360 degree science and technology. Now that today the scene has changed. Most of the youngsters today, if you look at it, I'll give you a couple of examples slightly later. They're all working in all areas of the science and technology possible today now. They're working on metallurgy, they're working in manufacturing, they're working on propulsion, they're working on engines and automobiles and whatnot, and all that, leaving aside AI and cyber-related technologies. This one sea change which has come. Anyway, let me give the examples right away. I can tell you today, in the last 1 year, I've been seeing the number of young entrepreneurs and engineers who have been coming in. They have been working on many advanced areas and are core research areas. There is a young student who was from Coimbatore and who has come out. When the college itself, he started working on propulsion technologies, who has burnt his finger working on the propulsion and all that. He established a company, and I introduced him to the then chairman ISRO, who has given a project for a water-based propellant for interplanetary motion, which successfully executed. And today, the same team of youngsters are developing the technologies of green propulsion, electric propulsion, and plasma-based propulsion, making one of the first of its kind satellite in this country, which the world has not seen, by just about now they are about 25, 26 years old boys. This is one thing. There is one boy who met me saying that working on composite materials, the composite rocket motors which are required for the missiles and other systems, where the temperature limitation of the resins and all that is around 180 degrees, 170 degrees centigrade, said, sir, give an opportunity, I'm trying to improve these temperatures. A young boy, again, that time it was 22 years old. Now, other day, I went to his institution, the industry, established a big industry, people have come, people have supported, and now he has developed this same thing, the temperatures going to close to about 400 degrees centigrade, which was about 180 degrees centigrade by this youngster. So this is how there are many people who are working on these technologies and coming out with every day. The sea change is, earlier the students who were coming out of institutions were always looking for a job somewhere in IT industry or somewhere and things like that. That scenario has changed now. Most of them are looking for establishing a startup of their own. This is one sea change again which has come in the country. That's primarily one important thing which we need to be noted down is we should appreciate the academic institutes in the country like Amity, who have come out with incubation centers, like what we heard now, incubation centers of Amity, which has promoted about more than 500 startups, the entrepreneurs to come up in the country. There are many incubation centers which have come in the country and try to promote them. Also, when we were studying, except these few premier institutes, we were not having a concept of getting projects from everywhere in the government departments and things like that. Now today, every institute tries to get lots of projects and try to do research and whatnot, and every institute, this is one culture where the students are getting into it, developing the things, doing the research, and that sort of a culture which has been built in the academic institutes, that has changed the mindset of the people today. Because if I need to establish a startup, I don't need to, like earlier days, I don't need land, I don't need factory, I don't need infrastructure, everything. All that is available in the academic institute. What I need is what an idea, and I need to work there, and that comes out with the product. That is what it is. So the change is, in the year 2016, the number of startups in this country were 461. And today, Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji just a month back declared it in the Rajya Sabha that more than 90,000 startups have come up in the country. More than 90,000. And that too, that is what is registered with the Government of India, Department of DPIIT. And there are many more and continuously coming up. So there are people who are working in all this technology. Defense is one area where never people thought that they should come and work and coming out with the technology. That's about only few companies, particularly started with HAL, BEL, BDL, BEML and all that, and maybe a couple of industries like L&T and other things. Now today, I can say that thousands of startups are working on defense technologies today. Thousands of startups. And that is what actually made us think, Anil Sahasrabudhe and me and a couple of other people, where we thought the MTech courses should be introduced now. So many industries are coming and so many people are working on defense technologies today, and we should have defense technology courses. And again, in this case, I should appreciate and I should thank Amity University for taking up the lead in establishing the MTech courses here and also establishing an institute for defense technologies. And probably soon we are going to have a meet with the industry. And this is what between me and Dr. Haribabu Srivastav, the DGTM, we thought about it. And along with the universities which have introduced these courses, how do we take it forward, these courses which have been introduced, and particularly the students, how they can be absorbed in the industries. That is one plan what we need to deal. Once we introduce the courses, we need to see that the people have the avenues for getting absorbed and their own capabilities are being utilized. So this is one more important thing what has also come in. And so if you look at it, the whole sphere of this system which has changed. When I was talking about the private industries, as I said, even about 7 years back, almost we didn't have except a couple of private industries in the country who are working on the defense technologies. Now today, private industries are developing missiles, they are developing bombs, developing radars. You talk about anything, private industries have entered into in a big way, not just the DPSUs and private industries. Today we have more than about 1,700 to 1,800 Tier 1 and Tier 2 industries working in for the defense technologies today, Tier 1 and Tier 2. And there are more than about 13 to 14,000 of industries, including the Tier 3, working on defense technologies today. When I was talking about the youngsters, again I have to say in the private industries, and I'm saying, we should all appreciate the youngsters of this country for one thing, that the country's drones technologies, which has emerged in the last just 2-3 years, has completely taken over only by the youngsters. Only by youngsters, wherever you see, whatever it is. When you we had a conference here and exhibition here, which Honorable Prime Minister has come and inaugurated that exhibition. There are more than 120 startups which have come up with their own drone technologies and established. And you go to any university, like today what I have seen in Amity University also, here also there were more than about 8 to 10 drone projects which have been shown. Every university you go, the complete drone technologies are developed by youngsters and who are trying to see that the global market is captured. This is one sea change again we need to observe is that the mentality about 10 to 15 years back was that, and you are always looking for a specified market when I'm trying to establish an industry. That is why most of those things were earlier called ancillary units, meaning I have Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, BHEL. So you look to them, talk to them, say that I will establish a factory, I keep supplying this particular part to you, and you become an ancillary unit. That was the culture of the industry in this country, or the psychology of this country. That today the youngsters who are coming up and who are establishing these startups, no, they are not looking for a particular industry or a particular country. It's the global market what he is looking at. Global market, the global competition. The product what I am trying to make, somebody from US or somebody from UK or somebody from Europe should come and buy this technology from me or a product from me is the mindset of the people. So you are trying to make a globally competitive product and technology. This is one more sea change what has happened in the country. So this is what is the sea change what has happened in particularly when I'm talking about youngsters and also academia. Let me tell a couple of things, little more about academia now. As I said, the number of institutions have gone up and number of the rankings wise, they have gone up. When I say about the rankings, let me tell you, again about 10 to 15 years back, in the global rankings, in the first 500 rankings of the global ranking, I don't think India had even one. Now today, there are numbers of Indian institutes which are present in the first 500 and trying to improve their rankings and trying to reach into the first 100 rankings. This is one important thing which is happening today. And the presence of the Indian community abroad in the top ranking institutes is enormous today. We have done a program which Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated called Vaishvik Bharatiya Vignan Sammelan, Vaibhav. And that is about collecting all the professors who are in the top ranking institutes of the world. And the number what it came to me was 11,000. 11,000 people working in I'm just talking about the top ranking institutes. And with them, there was a meet organized and then discussions happened and a lot of interest. And the people have a lot of interest to work for the country and a lot of interest to work with the country. Or many people like Dr. Chauhan who are ready to come here and try to do in this country itself is one more thing. This is a sea change, which we call it as the terminology what is given as reverse brain drain or whatever it is. And people are trying to come back and because India is coming up to their expectations. They are seeing that India is giving it an opportunity to utilize their capabilities and strengths. So this is another important thing what is happening. Now, majority of the institutions about 10 to 15 years back or 20 years back, except in a couple of institutions are important institutions like IISc and other universities, the research was not given very importance. Today, the research is given a lot of importance. A lot of importance. This is another important thing. Another thing is the engineering which has taken over in the education dominance, that has actually little bit put the sciences in the back. That also was creating a problem in the country. So that also has changed now in the last about 4 to 5 years. The sciences also are given a lot of importance. Now, the engineering institutions and many institutions like Amity, when you go there are lots of science subjects. I'm not talking about physics, chemistry and all that. I'm talking about the subjects which we have renamed them as social sciences. Social subjects are also being taught in all the institutions, including IITs today. This is another very important thing which has come. And And particularly with the emergence of the institutions like ISERs, which are Institute of Science, Education and Research, have created so much in the turbulence in the scientific research that India has emerged as the leading country in the publications. Now India is a leading country in the publications, number of publications, the quantum of publications which have come up, and the quality of the publications also increasing a lot in the country. This is again one more sea change. That is, these are the developments which have actually made the government to think and come out with a new education policy, wherein more and more, not just the research alone, putting into the research and development and coming out with technologies and products and whatnot outcomes is the importance, where the practical aspects are also to be taken more and more into consideration, is one thing what has been brought in more into the education policy, where many institutions have started implementing that and coming up in a big way. So this is again a sea change what has happened. So this is in the academic institutions also what has happened. Coming to the technological front in the country, again the country with the backdrop of many people's research and many institutions of research, lots of things have come up, and which you have seen that when a film was shown about me, that the country has emerged as one of the first 5-6 nations in those many areas. In these things, let me tell you a couple of things what again country has done. I'll just tell you the recent major achievements of this country. The country has developed its own, a large ship, which we call it as aircraft carrier, where fighter aircrafts can land and take off, is indigenously built in this country called INS Vikrant, which was commissioned by the Honorable Prime Minister last September. Large huge ship with indigenous content being more than 80%, including the steel, is completely built in this country. This is one major achievement. You all know that we have been talking about Bofors gun and whatnot and all that. This country has not developed a gun. And you must have seen last 15th of August, Independence Day, from the Red Fort, when Prime Minister was speaking. Before that, a ceremonial gun was fired. And you must have heard the speech of the Honorable Prime Minister. 75 साल के बाद इस देश में आज ये लाल किला से हमारा देश में बनाया गन का आवाज सुना है, ये है देश का gun. And that gun is the ATACS. I want to tell you, this gun, which is the 155 mm artillery gun, is the world's longest range gun. India has become number one in the guns today. It's the world's longest range. So this is one. And you know that in the submarine strength is to remain underwater. But the conventional submarines, meaning non-nuclear submarines, to remain underwater is very difficult. So you need special technologies. That special technology is called air-independent propulsion. That is developed and proven by only one country, and one more country is working on and proving it. And India has become second or the third country which has developed and successfully proven, which is going to be fitted into all our submarines now, has been developed by our own country. See the technologies which are coming up now today. The way I've talked about only defense technology. There are many things which are coming in the multiple areas. Talking about space, or talking about communications, talking about roads and transports, or talking about atomic energy, and many areas, lots of technologies which have come out, but in the defense itself. Here, particularly again, I have to mention about the academic institutes and the youngsters or the startups who have also come out with many new technologies. That is, if you look at one of the most advanced technological subjects which world is working and world is moving towards is quantum technologies. All of you know, many of the physics people who are there here, quantum physics. So talking about quantum communication, talking about quantum computers, talking about quantum sensors. This is where again in this country, there are many academic institutes and many startups have come up. In an area like a core front-end technological area, science and technological area, there are at least about 6 startups in this country which are working in this. There are many academic institutes which are working in this. And so, India became one of the first few countries or first country in establishing a quantum communication over dark fiber over 100 kilometers between Vindhyachal and Prayagraj with the academic institute and startup and DRDO working together. India could emerge in this technology is one of the things. And I went to a startup in the quantum technologies the other day. We have been talking about 3-qubit, 4-qubit or 5-qubit quantum computers. And he said, sir, my 24-qubit quantum computer is ready and I'm testing it. I'll give you a full demonstration. You please come next month again and I will be able to show it. Is one of the technologies what the youngsters have been talking about. The many people which are companies have come who are working on high power lasers, high power electromagnetics, and talking about high power, high accuracy synthetic aperture radars, and something was being shown here on the tunnel detection system. And many of these things are the ones which actually the latest technologies which youngsters, academic institutes and things like that are working together. That is why the DRDO started working with many academic institutes in a big way and trying to establish many research centers. And the centers which have been there as centers of excellence have been named as DIA, D-I-A, as DRDO Industry and Academia Centers of Excellence, wherein industry, DRDO, academia work together and come out with many more projects in this area. This is another new things, looking at the emergence of these capabilities in the academic institutes which are coming. And you have seen that. I think only some few of those projects only have been mentioned in the presentation given by Dr. Selvamurthy. There are at least 7-8 projects running in Amity itself and which are continuously going on, improving, and a lot more technologies coming up. And we have seen that working on the CBRN technologies and nuclear technologies, working on propulsion technologies, working on explosive technologies and whatnot, and many more things are going to come and which are going to come. And today, the total budget of the projects, Dr. Shivkumar can correct me, DRDO has now for the academic institutes is more than 1,200 crores is the budget of the DRDO for the academic institutes today working. Am I right, Shivkumar? Yes. So this is the way working with the academic institutes in a big way. And then the Technology Development Fund, which has been introduced, which actually Dr. Ashok Chauhan was mentioning some time back, which has been enhanced to 50 crores. In the Department of Defense Production, the IDEX scheme, the funding of it has been enhanced to more than 10 crores. Hundreds of people, hundreds of youngsters, or hundreds of people in the incubation centers in the academic institutes are taking up this. This is the one sea change which has come. And particularly, I say with the Honorable Prime Minister giving the call of Make in India. And that is one thing where industry felt I can work in this country for the defense. I should be able to work. I should be able to develop. And so lots of industries were coming. I want to tell you, I think about 10 years back, any foreign company used to come, they always come saying that mera product hai and I can sell it to you, I can give it to you and all. After the Make India concept has come, as he enters from the door, he starts saying, sir, I am Make in India, Make in India. He comes with this word of Make in India saying that I am going to put it in this country and trying to develop. That is how the concept of the Indian concept in the worldwide has changed. Looking at this, Honorable Prime Minister has given the call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, a very important call. When we say Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is that I am not dependent on anybody outside. I may be still taking the things which are off the shelf available or whatever it is, on cost basis, supply related and all that, but I am not dependent on him that he stops it, I will be stopped here. This is what is Atmanirbhar in a normal, colloquial English, if I say. Otherwise, if we say that I have the complete know-how and know-why here in the country is Atmanirbhar. Otherwise, for the engineers or the youngsters who are there upstairs, if I had to say that, I have the complete design capability here, I have the complete development capability here, I have the complete manufacturing capability, the innovative manufacturing is available here in this country is Atmanirbhar. This is what it is. So that is what is driving this country, saying that in my own country, whether it is in defense or everywhere, I should be developing everything here in the country, and that should be used is what Atmanirbhar Bharat. So filling in the gaps, filling in the technology gaps, and trying to work on that. And in this Atmanirbhar Bharat, academic institutes have to play a major role. Like many of the projects what I've seen now, like when we are talking about IR sensors, is one of the areas where we need to look at it and try to see that we have to work on. Communication technology, some of the important things where we need to work in. And I also like to say in this place, important things what probably Amity should definitely concentrate is, look at today, manufacturing field in the country. You go to any workshop in the country, lots of precision machines and workshops are available in the country. 90% of the machines are imported from Germany, Japan, and other places. There is one area where we need to develop our own machines and see that these machines are there in this. It's a good business model also. It's not just Atmanirbhar Bharat alone. What I mean to say is, it is a good business model and where we need to. And particularly when we are talking about additive manufacturing, which is the field which is emerging or emerged in a big way, the same thing should not repeat like I'm importing a 5-axis machine, 7-axis machine, 9-axis machine. All the additive manufacturing instruments, machines should be made in this country. One more area. You go to any hospital in the country, 80 to 90% of the equipment is imported. And we should be able to develop very expensive machine. And this is where I like to give the example. My friend who is part of the Amity today, Dr. A.K. Singh, will tell us, which we are working for the ventilator. When 2019, the COVID erupted, and there were no ventilators in this country, there were very few. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji formed a group of secretaries of committees and said that we have to make the ventilators here in the country. April 9th, I think the date is April 9th, 2019, the decision is given that you should make the ventilator. And people started working, industry, academia, and Bharat Electronics Limited, DRDO scientists working day and night. High-end ICU ventilator. And design, develop, industries are open. Small components like valves, pressure sensors, flow sensors, oxygen sensors were developed. And all the workers who have gone back are brought in the COVID pandemic when there is a lockdown. And see that design, developing, testing, go to multiple hospitals, at 10 hospitals in the country, get it developed, get it tested there, take the feedback, implement those feedbacks, and again, and then start producing them. April 9th, 2019, the decision taken, design, development, testing, and 30,000 ventilators were delivered on 14th of August. 14th of August. That is the capability exists in this country. That is the capability exists in the country. Let it be medical equipment or any other thing. You think how to do, we will be able to do in this country. Just a small example I'll tell you. PPEs, which were required. Before the pandemic in this country, per annum, 40,000 PPEs were being produced in this country. So when the pandemic erupted, we were all sitting in this meeting and used to think which country we had to import, which country we had to import. We decided that no, let's make it this country. How? Labs were created overnight. Labs were there. There was a lab in Gwalior. Today evening, we decided next day morning that lab was in Delhi. And I'm telling you, from the day we started, the 15th day, we started producing 6 lakhs PPEs in this country. 6 lakhs PPEs per day. 47,000 PPEs per annum to 6 lakhs PPEs a day this country started producing and we started exporting. So what I am trying to give this example is to say that this country has the capability. It is only that you need to decide that I need to do it. So you need to decide that medical equipment I can make, medical devices I can make, and the large machines I can make, all the complete equipment, fabricating or machining, precision machining are to be required in this country. I can make here in the country, we can make here in the country, we only need to determine. So these are some of the subjects I definitely feel that what Amity University should definitely look into it. I want to tell you a small example. The first 9-axis mission in, I think, Asia is developed in Singapore University by Professor Rahman. In the university, in the Singapore University, Professor Rahman, who is a short man, who is actually Bangladeshi, who was in Singapore University working. He is the man who has developed an ion access mission in Singapore University. So it is not that university is only just to do a core research or teaching. We can also build machines. And recently, IIT Hyderabad and DRDL together have developed one of the most advanced additive manufacturing machine. So this is another thing. So this is what that Atmanirbhar Bharat we need to do. And that is where the country has shaped up, and the youngsters have come forward and the youngsters are taking. And I am telling you, the country has a lot of confidence in the youngsters today. That is how Prime Minister has guided us, directed us, saying that you establish young scientist laboratories where all are below 35 years old. Nobody should be above 35 years old and work on that. And 5 young scientist laboratories have been established. And trying to encourage them to do TDF, IDEX, and whatnot and all that in many, and where they have responded so well, today we have 90,000 startups. This is the sea change. So with this in the background, the next major call, very most important call given by the Honorable Prime Minister is make for the world. This is a very important call which is taking you to the completely next level. You are not making for just India. You are making for the world. You should capture the entire world market. You should rule the entire world market by your technologies. So this actually, all of us, we have major roles to play in this. The first and fundamental is the academic institutes. And then only, in fact, I was looking at the statement of Dr. Selvamurthy that Amity should be extended arm of DRDO. No, Amity is the feeder channel of the basic technologies to DRDO. That is what it should be. The academic institutes are primarily the ones where the basic research happens, and basic research towards application research, and from there the technologies come, and from there the products come. So that is where academic institutes like this, where the basic research should happen, and those inputs should be coming to this. So academic institutes in the country are the ones who have to come out with new research outcomes in every area. Let us say we are more dire need of today materials technologies. Lots of research should happen in the smart materials or advanced materials or composite materials and whatnot is one of the important areas. Manufacturing is another important area where manufacturing technologies should be very important to the country. Today, the country has about 17% of the GDP is from the manufacturing. At least it should become 25% of the GDP. That is what is our immediate goal. So we need to work in the manufacturing. Unless any country cannot flourish unless you are strong in materials and manufacturing. So this is one area. And look, likewise, you look into it, many areas. Today, you talk about biotechnologies, biology related, biosensors, or biomimics, or you talk about pharmaceuticals, continuous processes, or talk about lasers, laser technology in every medical to normal side, anything. Talk about electromagnetics, talk about the quantum technologies, talk about the coming up where people are doing well in cyber technologies, artificial intelligence technologies, underwater communications. So talk about anything. These are the new areas we need to do a lot. And that is where the feeder research outcome should be coming to develop the technologies and products from the academic institutes. And that is why the country is trying to support the academic institutes in a big way. And academic institutes have the major role to play than the institutes like us. Unless these inputs come from the academic institutes, I don't think DRDO or ISRO, Atomic Energy will be able to do anything because we won't be able to work on that. We are actually more of application to translational research is what we do. And this basic research related things. Leaving aside, yes, institutions are, the students are already there. They need to do the projects in the final year and all that. And so they need to work on the innovations and all also is one thing. What technology-based innovations have to do, that has to continue. But this is one important thing where, see the country, when the last Nobel Prize has come from this country, there are people who got from this country, got outside. The people in this country we haven't got. That is where what we need to look at. Why? If we are doing so well, we need to be getting Nobel Prizes. Why not institutions? Any institute, any university, Amity University, look at. That is what I'm telling. Chahan Sahab, don't put a lower vision or lower target to you. put a target which is very high, and we will be able to achieve that. Put those targets, what? We should become one of the best institutes, we should have Nobel Prizes in this, and that is the time only we will be able to achieve what Honorable Prime Minister said, make for the world. If this country has to flourish, how do we flourish? This country's product has to be sold in each and every country in the world. And for that we need to happen, we have to come out with totally a product which nobody has seen. First of its kind product. This is what Dr. Kalam has said. When we were making missiles, Prithvi, Agni, Akash, Trishul, Nagar, whatever it is, we were becoming one of the 6 nations, 7 nations in the world who have developed this technology. So in his own style, I remember those as youngsters, he said, hey, funny guys, what is this? Every time you become 6th nation, 7th nation in the world, I want to see you as the first nation. And he himself, for that he himself worked on the BrahMos missile. That is how BrahMos has come out of the thought process of him. And working with India, Russia, jointly together, that was the first supersonic cruise missile in the world, BrahMos, which India and Russia have developed, making the dream of Dr. Kalam as first of its kind product which has come in the world. So if we have to sell our product in the world, we have to come out with unique technology. This is what the aspirations of the nation, aspirations of the people, and aspirations of the Honorable Prime Minister, which he tells in every meeting, that we should come out with these technologies, innovative technologies, and saying that again, youngsters can play a major role in this. So we all, academic institutes, R&D organizations, industry, and particularly with youngsters leading, we should be able to fulfill this dream. Why? Because the other day I heard the NSA saying this, in the coming few years, 40% of the workforce in the world is going to be from India. Youngsters, 40% of the workforce. So that is our strength. So much of youngsters are there in this country, and if they are coming out with innovations, they are coming out with the technologies which world has not seen, India is going to conquer the world, not physical conquering, technological conquering and marketing conquering, and Indian products are going to be there. And that is where India becomes rich, prosperous, and world peace comes out of the Indian technologies, and India's flag will be flying high. I wish that Amity University will play a major role in this dream of this nation, and wish my best of luck to Amity University, and I am sure you will be able to take it forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reddy, for your encouraging, motivating, inspiring, and thought-provoking words. I'm sure everybody sitting in this hall, their hearts is filled with pride. Thank you so much for your words. They were really a lot of take-home message for everyone. With this, we come to the next part of the event, which is interaction with the participants. And I would request Dr. Selvamurthy to kindly take over the session and moderate it, please.
What a fantastic lecture it was. And it not only ignited the passion, junoon, and also dream, a big dream he has given, which reflected the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, that India should not only make for India, but India should make for the world. So we can do that, and I can assure you on behalf of every one of you, that Amity will be one of the major contributors to this mission which he has given today, Make for the World. Let's clap for this big mission yes, Dr. Satheesh Reddy has given. Now, see, we don't have much time, but I will just take a few questions. I would like to see defense technology students. Can you just get up? Where are you? Defense technology students? Yes. So just give the mic to them. How are you going to participate in this mission which he has given us? And what is your, you have many projects in your mind. We are so fortunate to have such brilliant students in Amity Institute of Defense Technology. Can you tell us what is that you have in mind which you can contribute to DRDO?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Rishi Karandekar. I am from MTech Defense Technology. And the project I'm currently working on is design and development of level 4 protection body armors for Indian soldiers. So the currently India is having level 3 protection of body armors, which can only protect soldiers from one shot of armor piercing. But with the advancement of guns and ammunitions in the upcoming technology, the need of the hour is to develop level 4 protection, which can protect multiple shots from the armor piercing. So extensive R&D for the materials, nanomaterials, composites, and ceramic technology I have been doing. And I have come up with a review paper and a patent has been submitted. And the materials which we have been proposing is Kevlar 149 infusion with nanomaterials, ceramic boron carbide, multiple hexagonal plating, which can protect shells from different shells, and also infusion of ultra high molecular polyethylene fibers, which are the high energy absorbing materials. So the combination of all these materials together could be a life-saving opportunity for the soldiers, which will be having very thin in the nature, like lightweight, high strength to stiffness ratios, and will be a great demand. So I've been also working on LS-DANA simulations for the impact analysis, and later on this project could be into the fabrication and testing with TBRL Chandigarh. Thank you, sir.
Very good. This is one of the important requirements of the armed forces today. There are multiple people who are working, and some people have come out with the level 4 BPJs also. Most important thing in this is what the weight. So we are talking about a weight of, people have come out with 9 kg. We are talking about a 8 kg, 360 degrees BPJ, level 4 for multiple shots at the required speed of the steel bullet and all that. So you are in the right path. I say that you please work on it closely. And also, you can also coordinate with, there is one Dr. Rahman, who is there as a Center of Excellence head, IIT Delhi. He is also very closely coordinating with Professor Bhatnagar and others. You can interact with them, or otherwise you tell me, myself or Dr. Shivkumar can introduce them to you and come out and work on this project. It's an important project.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Very good.
So just to introduce yourself, just come to the front. Yes.
Good afternoon to all of you. My name is Mayur Zope. One more student is working with me. His name is Nitish Sharma. He's presently not available here. We are working on the design of fixed wing male UCAV. Male UCAV stands for the medium altitude, long endurance, unmanned combat aerial vehicle. So our objective is to identify the best possible UCAV. We have chosen the 7 UCAVs which are matching to our requirements, and we have compared those UCAVs based on the 7 different parameters. And we came to know that India's requirement, India requires some changes or some enhancement in some parameters that are the range, endurance, and the payload capacity. So we are working on the enhancement of the payload carrying capacity of the UCAV. Thank you, sir.
Good. This is one area again. Both the countries working. Some countries are working, and some have been imported. And something called Rustum 2 is developed in the country.
Yes, yes.
And there is a Rustum 1 also now. So most important again, it becomes is, as you rightly said, one is the payload capability. Second thing is the endurance. Second is the altitude what you can go. And with all this, if you can incorporate an additional feature, you become special. Can you incorporate in these stealth features so that the radar's identification becomes less? So work on this project. If you look at the DRDO laboratory called ADE in Bangalore, works on it.
No, sir.
And you can closely work with them, and you can take your second year project work also in that lab and work on those technologies. They are trying to work on HAIL also now. High altitude, long
HAIL.
Okay. Right.
Very good. So one more student.
Sorry, I've sent the mic upstairs. One question from the student upstairs.
Students from the balcony. No, you have been so attentively listening. So anything you want to ask this great leader, Dr. Satheesh Reddy, on his presentation, or anything you want to say?
Whatever you want.
Just give the mic. Anyway, when they are getting ready, can you just speak from here? The Ramalinga Swami fellow is here. Yeah, please. No, give the mic.
A very good evening to you, sir. My name is Harsh Gupta. I represent MIT Institute of Defense and Strategic Studies. So, from what you spoke and from what I understood, India have made strides and we are pretty ahead in certain critical defense technologies. However, there are still countries which are ahead of India in many critical defense technologies like air-independent propulsion systems or fifth and sixth generation airframes. And we are still struggling to catch up in those fields. So what is the roadmap that India is following to close the bridge the gap when it comes to such critical technologies?
Good question. Today, the technological gaps, I can actually list out some of them also, is one of the important things is some of the material technologies is a gap today. Some of the engines technology is a gap today. Some of the transmission technologies is a gap today. Some of the sensors is a gap today, as I mentioned. Some of the detectors is a gap today. Some of the processing technologies and manufacturing technologies is a gap today. So these gaps have been identified, and to fill in these gaps, there have been mission mode project activities have been taken up, and to close these gaps as fast as possible, so that when we move to the advanced technologies, these gaps are not becoming a bottlenecks for us. So these gaps will be filled very soon, and further those activities will be taken forward. Only I just want to correct you that you mentioned about air independent propulsion. This is a technology which the country has already been developed, which I mentioned now.
Yes.
In all the submarines which are going to be manufactured now in this country will be fitted with our air independent propulsion. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So let's clap for all the students who asked these questions. Due to paucity of time, I will have no time. So I'll ask Pooja to continue with the rest of the program.
Thank you. Thank you to all the students, and thank you to our guests. It has been a prophetic ideals of our founder president, wherein he works relentlessly with unremitting resolve, generating an awareness revolution, being a powerhouse of knowledge and research innovation. It is because of our founder president's unwavering passion towards nation building and national security, Amity University, under Sir's vision and blessing, established Amity Institute of Defense and Strategic Studies and Amity Center for Defense and Strategic Analysis. Today, Sir's vision has translated into the internationally benchmarked campuses that have come to epitomize the Amity education group. He had the will to sustain a dream, and God gave him the power to deliver and make that dream a reality. It is only because of his firm belief and unparalleled vision that Amity has reached the top position with Amity campuses all over the world. I feel extremely honored and humbly request our Honorable Founder President, Sir, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, to share his thoughts and give us a way forward. Thank you.
In the program, once the chief guest was a minister. And before that, a great scientist spoke. Perhaps it was Dr. Satheesh Reddy. When the minister was requested to speak, he told to organizer, इनके lecture की एक photocopy करके वो पढ़ दो मेरे नाम से. So now, what Satheesh Reddy has told, especially about the faith in the Indian brain, about the faith in India. I think even I cannot express it better, but I've been telling it. So I think I greatly appreciate how much I love, have affection and respect. That I'll send you in one sentence. Dr. Murthy told that I have a direct contact with God, which is not wrong. Since 3-4 years, since I came more closer to Satheesh Reddy ji, every day after my Sandhya in the morning, every day, I chant 5 Gayatri Mantra and say, Hey Prabhu, Satheesh Reddy ji pe kripa rakhna, 3 बार. फिर मैं कहता हूँ, हे परमात्मा, 3 बार, हे परमात्मा सतीश रेड्डी जी का ख्याल रखना. और चौथी बार, तीसरी बार कहता हूँ, हे परमात्मा सतीश रेड्डी जी को सद्बुद्धि देना. अब देखो ना कितना काम आया. ये आए हैं सबको, शिव कुमार जी को लेके, ये भगवान ने तो सद्बुद्धि दी कि go to poor चौहान, go to poor Murthy, and he has brilliant people there, motivate them, inspire them, tell them. तो ये क्या मैं बुलाया हूँ, ये क्या खुद आए हैं, भगवान ने भेजा इनको. That is सद्बुद्धि. You know it. आप लोगों ने मेरे पास आए हो, यहाँ भेजा है. मैं कहता हूँ क्या मेरी वजह से आए हो, या श्रीमती वजह से आए हो, या डॉक्टर शुक्ला की वजह से, या गुरिंदर सिंह. नो, God has gone, go to Dr. Chauhan and fulfill the ultimate mission of your life. Everybody has a mission. Everybody has a mission in life. I don't think anybody is born without a mission. So I would say this today's presence of Satheesh Reddy ji and his 5 brilliant people. I was telling, if you go and leave, I will assist in your place to Reddy ji. I will learn a lot. So I think Satheesh Reddy ji are so immensely proud, immensely motivated. I think I must. My wife says कि तुम सारी बात बहुत माइक पे बोल देते हो. अमिता जी कहती है तुम सब बात कह देते हो. तो मैं 25 साल आगे की सोचता हूँ और 10 साल का प्लान बनाता हूँ और 5 साल इंप्लीमेंटल लगता हूँ. तो जब मुझे श्रीमती जी ने कहा कि सतीश रेड्डी जी हैदराबाद या तेलंगाना से, तो मैंने अतुल जी को कहा जब ये 80 इयर्स क्रॉस कर जाएंगे तो शायद ये जाके तेलंगाना में हैदराबाद में बसना चाहे, तो मैं जल्दी से यूनिवर्सिटी बनवाओ. तो अतुल जी has got the land and we'll get the next year we are starting the university. And please believe me, because I have learned so much from it. You were shown the picture of the marriage of Snigdha with Akhil, and Padmavati ji and Satheesh Reddy ji were mother and father, with Kirtika and Sumana, I think they're parents of Akhil. What I learned there, he has a relationship with each DRO person like a family member. That is why I took Atulji Puja, chairperson Amitaji with me. I took Asimji Divya to show them how a person with his technical, scientific knowledge, leadership knowledge, but above all, how he much loves and respects people. There are the photos you have seen. And I must also compliment the fathers of the Akhil, mother of the Akhil, that they gave their son to our Snigdha, our daughter, Sanskar. So I tell you these things. There's a lot of learning. And now you people know that when a big person comes, I explode a bomb. When Abdul Kalam ji came, it was just 2005 when my university started. So you were sitting F2 auditorium nearby. मैंने कहा सर मैं एक बात कहना कि गुस्ताखी कर सकता हूँ. बोलो. मैंने कहा today you have come in honor of you. I compel me that in 1 year I'll file 100 patents. So he saw with such piercing eyes. If I be a very emotional man, I will melt. As if what idiot talk you are to doing. But then when he came to Mike, he told, I believe Dr. Chauhan. And I filed 110 patents. And this is called, as Dr. Subhash told, in addition to this, success by compulsion. I'm telling today that your university will be best in the country. Otherwise, who will respect me? I am not a billionaire. I am not a politician. I am not an entrepreneur. I am not a awardee of the government. But my success is you people. My success is on the basis of you. I commit myself, and my university will be one of the best in the world. Why? Because my all children have studied outside. Atulji rang up just now. He's in New York campus, Global Research Hub. He tells Reddy that we are so obliged, and he's looking from the, although it was very early in the morning, I think 5, 6 a.m. must be there, but he was sending me the WhatsApp. I am listening to the program. Asimji was in Europe, and he is landing today after midnight. He sent me that from airport. I think he's having in between London, landing or Dubai. He gave me, I'm listening. Ajit, his commitment is, Ajit's commitment is to be biggest online offerer in the world. Ajit, sab kitna apne Africa mein padha hai?
More than 30,000 students.
In Africa. And am I right to announce that you have the ambition? When he came to India after his program, Raksha College, USA, Boston, कोई नौकरी नहीं ढूंढ रहे, घर पे बैठे हुए। मैंने बड़ा परेशान हुआ कि भाई तुम नौकरी ढूंढो यार, इतना पैसा खर्च करा। But he has in mind to be entrepreneur. He started his factory, Croiter. Croiter means herbals and natural products factory. Then he did same time MBA from Bocconi and Esade, Italy and Spain. And now he's one of the biggest entrepreneur, and under the guidance of Asimji, he's having this commitment, and he will do it. Because they can't have the courage to tell me something wrong. My respect, my love and affection will follow. Amol from Harvard, I told you, 2009, the only one student selected in Harvard in 10 universities. I have forgotten today, but all Ivy League, all Yale and MIT, Wharton, Stanford. The last day when I came from campus, the whole family was sitting with red-faced. Everybody was seeing nervous. The temperature of the room was 20 degrees high. I could know because I study the people, I know the people. I told Amol, Harvard, because people were telling chemically, computer engineering you do from Stanford. But I could read the face of his mother and his face that he wants Harvard, but has not courage to say Harvard. So he did wonderful. And in 2009, I must tell you this, he was the only one person taken for Harvard from the whole country. Why I'm telling you, your children having some scars and values of this air, would achieve whatever you like. And I tell to all, if your child is not on the line, you bring to me. Because I know how we can make him achieve, because you people are all God believers. Otherwise, you would have not come to me. You would have got the salary twice, 3, 4 times. But Satheesh Reddy ji have told, if you want one, establish the company. If you people go to industry, you'll get 4 times earning. But you don't go. So it is my duty to let them have the joy of research, education, but also at the same time, you should earn a lot. That is very much possible. You file patent, and we have 20% share in the earnings of patent for each one. So what I will say, what Satheesh Reddy told, so right for you all, and his faith in your capability, capacity, brain. I 100% feel motivated that so rightly says there is no brain in the world like our Indian scientist brain. In the unification, when whole East Germany was being sold, every tree, institution, factory was being sold in 1989. I told to my people, a project, mega project. They told, what is this? I told, I will be the biggest investor in the East Germany. I will be the biggest investor in Germany. They laughed. What nonsense I'm talking. And I became, forget about me or Chauhan, an Indian became the biggest investor, buying 8 factories with 6,000 German posts. Would anybody not believe now that we Indians are unmatched, unbelievable? Unbelievable. Atri, do you believe it or not? So I would say, Satheesh Reddy, you have very much motivated today, inspired us. And I told you about this big blast of a bomb. So 25 startups in next 12 months. 25 startups. Now, this is my compulsion, because to honor him, for his time, and the person Shiv Kumarji and who have come with him, we will have मरते क्या ना करते 25 स्टार्टअप बनाने हैं, करने वाले करेंगे, नहीं करने वाले नहीं करेंगे. I don't bother. So my very Shefali, Ajinder, please get up here. So my warriors, day and night are working. When the scheme came of Ramlingan Swami, I told I want the biggest number of Ramlingan Swami India. Did it happen? How much? Just take how much Ramlingan Swami we got? Michael.
Sir, we have highest number in India, sir. 40 Ramlingan, TST Inspire, Ramanujan, and DBT Welcome Trust Fellows.
And in Goa, where was the audit? They told we are the highest number in the whole country.
We have highest number in the whole country, sir.
Can you imagine that there are so many IITs and ICR and universities, but my university has the highest Ramlingan Swami fellows with a big fellowship. Then came the scheme Serve SIR. I told again I want the biggest number at a meeting. That is a very good scheme. That is this going abroad.
Yes, sir.
Going abroad, $3,000 per month for 6 months, airfare, insurance, everything. 10 of my fellows got it. Only because of family circumstances, 7 could go. Can you imagine? And why I'm telling it that I'm glad that Satheesh Reddy ji has confirmed it, emphasized it, believed it. We will be in technology, in defense. Nothing is today. The geopolitical situation is very volatile at the moment, very, very volatile. Economic development, education development, and all these areas, but most important is defense. If we cannot save our sovereignty, if any country attacks us, we cannot save us. Any other development, agriculture, food, what will it do? We have to defend, have to be very Atmanirbhar in defense. And when this MTech program came, Dr. Murthy spoke, myself spoke to Satheesh Reddy ji. Can you believe his confidence empty? He told we want to announce MTech defense technology in collaboration with DRDO. There were so many people asking him. He told no. He told yes, Dr. Chauhan, you can advertise in collaboration with DRDO. You know, this is the help for a person like him, who motivates us, who shapes our possibilities. So can you understand why I every day say to God, and God he's such a humble. When he was in Lucknow defense conclave, and he rang me, oh, Dr. Chauhan, I am going to the exhibition, and there is an MIT poster. Can you imagine a person like him? Can you imagine a person like him would not shake the minds of persons those who want? A.K. Singh, tell you, am I right or wrong? Perfectly right. उसे पता है ना, नहीं बोलेगा तो मार लेगी. I know. नहीं, तुम तो झूठ. I know you can't say. अच्छा, गोपाल भूषण जी, ये बताओ, आप तो इतने दिन इनके साथ रहे हो, जो सर का लीडरशिप है, जो है सिंपैथी है, जो लव है, वो आदमी को दिन रात काम करने के लिए जो DRDO कर रहा है. Now after he was the chairman of DRDO, has been taken the scientific advisor to Rajnath ji, who is a great person. When Rajnath ji was chief minister in UP, I started my MBA in 1995, first MBA when I came from Germany. And he put his son, Pankaj Singh, to my MBA. Can you believe it? He has never met me, but he must have done, oh, the Chauhan is the right person. And what is successful person, Pankaj Singh is today as MLA. Why I'm telling it? You all people have the possibility to listen to people like Satheesh Reddy. Now it depends upon you. Life is very precious. Life is very precious. You will born, you will also die. But if you can do the things which your ancestors remember you, then what Satheesh Reddy will follow it, and we are all for you. And I think I will meet you sometime again, because today getting late, to understand, also ask what did you learn, what should I do. But one thing is clear, Shashi Bhujan, did you tell Shashi Bhushan? Shashi Bhujan kahan hai? Shashi Bhushan, Silvamurthy told a person is retiring from DRDO. I never knew him, I never read his biodata. I told started. So इन्होंने 3 हफ्ते बाद ही छक्के मारे. He started hitting sixer. So this is the culture. They have all grown under Satheesh. They have spent so many years. When in 2013, Silvamurthy ji retired. So I told him, Silvamurthy, you are retiring. I have humble request. Please help me. He agreed, and I had a havan to welcome him immediately. In that havan, he told, I have worked 40 years in DRDO. Chauhanji, now I'll work another 40 years with you. So, just calculate his 2013 plus 40. So, this gives me the faith in 2047, when India will be celebrating 100 years of independence, then Silvamurthy, you, me, and we all will dance together and sing together. Many people say, what nonsense he's talking. They who don't believe on this success. They think how old I will be. But if God wants Silvamurthy, if God wants help Silvamurthy, then it is duty of God to take care of him. You can also imagine how old I will be. Why not? घर में नौकर बीमार हो जाए तो गृहिणी कहती है भाई इसको बनफशे की चाय पिला दो, बुखार दे दो, क्रोसिन दे दो. तो अगर हमें भगवान ने बनाया है कि सतीश रेड्डी जी के विचारों पर, इनके डायरेक्शन को, इनकी एम्बिशन को पूरा करना है, तो God will take on. I'm not talking about one, I'm talking about each one of you. Each one of you. कोई आपका बीमार हो जाता है, कोई ऑपरेशन कराता है, तो मुझे अपने से ज्यादा दर्द होती है कि मेरे लोग मेरे लिए काम कर रहे हैं. So what I see, what you are sitting over here, Satheesh Reddy, you have that immense help to everybody. Because you have spoken from heart, you have spoken because of your success, root success achieved, and they all are so highly motivated. I am so grateful to you. My प्रार्थना भगवान से इनको सद्बुद्धि दे सफल हो गई. क्योंकि he is so busy. राजनाथ जी must be keeping you so busy. पर आप देख लेना, मैं सवेरे 5 और 2 7 और 1 8 की प्रार्थना करता हूँ. 5 गाते जब बोल गए, 5 तो पॉलिटिशियन है, 5 पॉलिटिशियन है, और 2 मेरे डॉक्टर हैं जो काले, जिन्होंने मेरी आफ्टर दुबई इंजरी, whole world told Raksha, you have to be operated, very serious injury. So I did not get operated. So why? Because I told, no, I have faith in God. God wants me, so He will make me high. And secondly, Ashok said, every 6 months I get my stress thallium done. If the blood is going, and in 98% area blood is going to arteries, not through a collateral. I am telling you, are in a place, would you be able to hear Satheesh Reddy ji so easily otherwise? No. So I would say Satheesh Reddy, Abhay is also from Wharton, and he has so many big plants abroad. He is doing within, nowadays everybody wants to work with us. Gurinder Singh, how many MOUs we have with foreign universities? He's good.
We have about 400.
So we have about 400 MOUs.
Yes.
And very strong partnerships.
Very right. Abhay Bansal, what is your mission to send students abroad within the next 5 years? What is the number?
Sir, Honorable Founder President has given us target to send 15,000 students in next 5 years, because when students take international exposure, they can work not only local problem, as you rightly said, they have to work global level and work and make sure and make world as the best place to live.
You were just now for 4 weeks in our MT Global Research Hub in New York. How many students are presently there after completing 3 months in London?
Sir, 60 students are there in US campus, which has gone for 3-continent program. Reddy sir, we have very unique 3-continent program in our engineering college, where as a part of program, they go for 3 months to US, 3 months to UK. But from this year, we have added 1 more continent by our group vice chancellor. So they are going to UK, US and Canada also, so that they understand what best practices and come back to India and implement, as you rightly mentioned.
Why I ask you, in presence of Satheesh Reddy ji and Shiv Kumar ji, who have repeated my promise, now तुम्हारी भी इज्जत दाव पे मेरी भी 15,000 करने पड़ेंगे.
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि स्कूल बच्चों को समझाना मुश्किल होता है, but they don't know. If I would have not gone to West Germany, then I would be begging to Dr. Balwinder Shukla कि मुझे associate professor से professor बना दो. वो कहेंगे अभी तो time period पूरा नहीं हुआ. This is the situation. So, and I told Abhay, he's working with international projects because, you know, everybody wants to tie up with us. The other day, the Ministry of External Affairs called, who went there? Yes, Nitin Batra ji called. तो उन्होंने कहा कि ये जो बनी अहमदाबाद में कौन सा बनाया उन्होंने प्लान यूनिवर्सिटी गिफ्ट सिटी, तो चौहान साहब से कहो कि 4 यूनिवर्सिटी लानी है वहाँ गिफ्ट सिटी में. And I'll do it. What is gift city? You should have a foreign university as a partner and Indian university one partner. So we know 400. So I will do the partnership with them. और अगर कोई कन्विंस नहीं होगा तो मैं कहूँगा सतीश रेड्डी से बात कर लो हमारे बारे में. Again, I will say great. I will take more time because some school students are waiting for his interview. And that's something what I will say.
No, we have to also inaugurate
what you were planning for 7, 8, 9 visits. But today you
interaction is more.
To do only inauguration. Data inauguration and the AI psychology. So because the time is so too, and I think they all can go now, and 2 inaugurations, and and then my meeting also be. I have listened. Next time I'll go to him. I was having a meeting for 15-20 minutes to try to decode his principle of leadership. That is why I have kept it closed door meeting, having my children and Silva Murthy ji and Reddy ji again alone. कैसे एक आदमी ऐसा बन सकता, कैसे बन सकता? तो कभी सर अगली बार टाइम दे रहा. Then we will, because you have seen it, so you can see the feelings coming out of my heart, and I'm so grateful for Silva Murthy ji that he's helping so much, and I'm grateful to Satheesh Reddy ji and Shiv Kumar ji and all that they have come. It has given us more commitment, more guidance, and more passion to make India number 1. We are number 5 economic power. We will be among 2 or 3, and we are today 3 trillion economy. Soon we'll be 5, and in 2047, 30 trillion economy. And people like Satheesh Reddy ji is navigating it. 30 trillion, am I right? In 2047. So you are all working for that. Can you tell me any other university in the country, those who have people like you? I will give you any award you want. MS Prasad, anybody should tell me any other university where such dedicated student, sitting all students there, late hour, somebody will miss the bus or cab. So there is no university like you people with amity, and I'm grateful, Dr. Satheesh Reddy, you have already inspired us. मैं तो already inspired था ही, पर इनको भी आपने कर दिया. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Founder President. No, we are always grateful for your words of blessings. I think Dr. Satheesh Reddy wants to say. You want to say anything? Okay, now felicitation, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Founder President, sir, for always blessing and inspiring each one of us. Thank you so much. And before we come to the end of this event, we, as a token of our immense gratitude and thanks to Dr. Satheesh Reddy and everybody else who has joined us from DRDO, we would like to felicitate. And I would request Honorable Founder President, sir, to kindly felicitate Dr. Satheesh Reddy. Thank you so much. I would now request Dr. W. Selvamurthy and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, to kindly felicitate Mr. Sunil Sharma, Outstanding Scientist and Head HPO 1. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I would request Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh, Honorable Group Vice Chancellor, and Shri Abhay Chauhanji to kindly felicitate Dr. Anant Narayan Bhatt, Scientist F, Staff Officer to Scientific Advisor to RM.
In fact, actually, Haribab was also supposed to come.
Yes, Haribab was titled, yeah, sir.
There is a
May I now request Shri Ajit Chauhanji to kindly felicitate Dr. Shiv Kumar, Scientist G, Director, Extramural Research and Intellectual Property Rights.
Thank you.
And I would once again request Shri Amol Chauhanji to kindly felicitate Shri Anil Raj Singh, Scientist F, Additional Director, Directorate of Futuristic Technology Management.
and definitely there's one thing. Whenever they come, we will all meet.
Thank you so much to all. And with this, we come to the end of this really special event. Once again, we would like to thank Dr. Satheesh Reddy for your presence and everybody who has come, our guests who have graced this occasion. Thank you so much, Founder President, sir, for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this event. I would like to put on record thanks to all the faculty members, HOIs, HODs, and everybody who has joined us online as well. And most of all, our students for being a part of this event. A big thanks to our media team, our IT team, our hospitality team, and everybody who has been a part of this event. Thank you so much.
A big clap to students.
Yes, and
a big
really
clap to
round of
students.
applause to all our students for being a part of this event and being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.
All over university, we are connected. And all my servers sitting there. All universities, they are all connected. Like keep a watch, who attended or not. Because they tell me their what question.